I don't know if this is just like a universal or a conscious thing that has been done, but I feel like because we've been labeled deathcore for so long, and I wouldn't even call us deathcore anymore. We have deathcore roots, but we are a metal band. We're an extreme metal band at this rate. But because people were labeling us deathcore so much, and then that's not real deathcore, this is real deathcore discussion came up, then people would have started to tune into what real deathcore was, and now we have all these great bands. So I'm happy. Listen, I'm good. But if we were the martyr on the sword for the MySpace deathcore revival because people wanted real deathcore, guess what? So did I. I got what I wanted in the end.
Real quick before getting into today's episode, just wanted to shout out a few quick things. First of all, we have a Patreon. For as low as $1.50 a month, you can get early access to these episodes as well as your name in the credits. And with the $5 tier, you can gain access to member-only channels in our Discord server. Secondly, we have merch. 2 designs that we absolutely love. You can find those over at indiemerchstore.com. And last but not least, we do these podcast recordings live on Twitch. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, see these as they happen. We do those every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. EST. Yeah, that's it. Links to everything I just mentioned will be in the description, along with links to our Discord server and our other socials. That's it. That's all I got to plug. Enjoy the episode. Austin Archey, ladies and gentlemen, your Brutality Podcast Deathcore Awards Drummer of the Year 2025. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I heard a great conversation when I came in, so I listened. Seether, one of the best bands. So you're not alone. We love deathcore, but we also love dad rock.
I feel so much better. All these, I'm not kidding. I still love Breaking Benjamin. Like, not kidding. I love that. Like all those.
Every day. Yeah, no, it's an every day.
I'm thinking we're going to stop anytime soon. Like, it's just good. Like, it's just, I was maybe sleeping on it a little bit.
Dude, we played like 2 festivals with them. And every time they're either on at the same time or just like there's no way to go see them. And then one time we were playing St. Louis, and they were playing with Disturbed, like down the street at like an arena. And we were like, yo, we do not like, we told our TM, like, yo, we need a van ready to go to drive us to that arena because we have to go catch Breaking Ben. And then there was like an injury in the pit. It delayed the show 10 minutes. We finished the set and then we missed Breaking Ben. So it's just, I'll never see them. They're one of my favorite. I'll never see them. It's fine.
That person doesn't know, right? Like the person who had an injury, that maybe they were never going to know, or maybe they will now, but they stop you from watching Breaking Benjamin like that.
Unforgivable.
It's their fault.
Unforgivable. And then when we played Aftershock, we were on, and I remember we were in like our little camper back room area, and you just hear all Breaking Benjamin songs playing in the air while we're like getting ready to go on. I'm like, oh, and we usually listen to Breaking Ben before we go on stage, but like now we're hearing it live, but like, fuck, man. You know, it's a great band.
Someday you're gonna be able, to see them.
Listen, where things are going, who knows? I'll be 1 of 5. We'll play with Breaking Benjamin tomorrow. I love that. We all love that band. Like will sing every single song.
You know what? People would be happy. You know what I mean? Like you could say that, maybe, and some people would be like, well, it's different music. People would actually be stoked for that. You would tell me tomorrow, like there's like, different styles, like, and you're like Breaking Benjamin is playing. I would be like, just happier. I would just, let's freaking do it. So
that's a tour that's made for us and us only. So
no, nobody steal the idea. No. It has to happen this way.
Exactly. No, I mean, and for those who's watching, when you have a song in Halo 2, that's when you know. That's when you know you're goated. They have a freaking song in Halo 2, so.
I always forget that too. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good track. So Cold. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It really is, when it starts. So, just going to say that.
Diarrhea Jane.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
People can lie all they want. We all listen to it. Everybody.
Well, we were forced to, for one, right? That was just what was playing on the radio, so.
everywhere.
but so that's like part of it is like, is it just because I was forced to listen to it? Is that I love all that, or I don't know. I mean, that was the era of old sad white guy metal rock.
You're right.
Those were the leaders. Those were the Waka Flockas of our generation. Like, we didn't have big rap stars. We had Aaron Lewis, and we had, all these. We had Fred Durst. Like, those were like the heroes growing up. Kid Rock. Like, come on, yeah. Like,
Linkin Park.
That was our Cardi B.
That's true. We're lucky though for that. I don't want to shit on music, but I mean, like, I miss the era that it was like bands playing on all these big things. Like, it was actual in movies, movie soundtrack and stuff. It was so
like pop
sick.
Radio more so.
Oh yeah. Oh, when you see like an old movie and it's got like even like there's like that iconic movie, Grind. Like, Grind. I feel like the skate movie was it's like such a classic, but it's just filled with bands and like. With that band playing on the half pipe, Blindside. Like, I love that song from that movie. Yeah, it's great.
I think it's Pitiful, the name of the song. Yeah,
it's a great song.
It's so freaking crazy. I don't think you understand how happy Dumb is smiling because like Grind is one of my movies. I have it on DVD. I'm watching it like all the time.
One of 5 DVDs I have. Yeah. Yeah,
that's so good. So he smiled because when you just said Grind, he's just like, okay, so he's gonna be really, really happy.
Can't confirm.
But it's such a good movie. Like, you want a feel good movie about skateboarding, like just like the era. Bam Margera's in it. Like, it's just like a feel good movie.
I mean, and too, when that came out, like, touring bands wasn't like a thought in my mind. So like the thought of like a touring skate group was like more like, I don't know, like obtainable, like it seemed realistic at the time for my future. But even that, like, there probably is tons of skaters that go on tours and do stuff, but it's not as like glamorized as music, obviously. But back in the day, it was like, this looks so cool. Like, it kind of like shaped in this, like, I would love to like travel the country with my friends. And then here we are
in a van.
So, no, literally. It's Sweet Lou. Yeah. Come on.
You really
did. Every band's got a Sweet Lou. Definitely Moke.
True.
Definitely Moke.
Oh yeah. 1,000%. Yeah, I would. Yeah, 1,000%. But it's true. You did the thing. Like, I didn't even think about that. That's what you're doing. Like, full. That's really cool. Like the 15-year-old you would see that and it would be like, oh my god, that's actually what I'm
living my grind fantasy. Yeah. Sick. That's all I'm doing.
Up ramps on the fucking tour bus. It's just a slightly bigger vehicle
it would go hard. Imagine Breaking Benjamin's set in between skating. I mean, that I could see something like that.
That was what Warped Tour used to be. Yeah, there used to be like real skate ramps and people going hard, and yeah, it was sick.
Those were the days. Bring that back.
I agree.
Is Warped Tour doing a New York date by any chance? On the
they did. I thought they did one in like Atlantic City or something 2 years ago. But they did DC, which I guess is just like a central point. Like, it's maybe 2 hours from here and 2 hours from Philly and then 2 hours from Virginia and 2 hours from Baltimore. So maybe it was more centralized, I guess. But
because we got, I know it's hitting Montreal here, which is like
our biggest surprise ever. By just so we're clear,
Montreal rocks. Our biggest show, the last tour was in Montreal.
That's awesome to hear.
Most attendance.
I saw you guys in Montreal.
I mean, to touch on that, like, you played that same venue a few years back with Gojira and Mastodon, but you guys were opening that tour. Like, that must have been kind of fucking crazy to then headline it this year.
Nuts. Yeah. I mean, there was like a couple days where, on that tour, especially like Gojira Mastodon, like, it wasn't our tour, so I wasn't as like in the know of like the venue. So like, we'd show up, I'm like, oh, this place is cool. What's it called? Like, every day, didn't really know what's going on. So this tour, I knew the names, but we'd show up and I'm like, oh yeah, we played here with Gojira Mastodon, and now we're headlining. And then I'd be like, taking stock of like when I would watch them, how it looked, because I would be on the crowd watching almost every day, whether it was because they flipped. So like one day I would watch Mastodon, one day I would watch Gojira, just because whoever was the headliner. And I just remember looking out, being like, this pretty much looks the same, So it felt really good. Like, I wasn't like, in my mind, that was like the most massive tour it was the most massive tour I had ever been on in the US. And then to be at the top and then playing like at night, you know, in these, like some of the outdoor venues, like especially in Ohio, Jacobs Pavilion, it's like an outdoor on the lake. And I remember we played in the middle of the day, you know, 7 o'clock. And that's when Peeling Flesh was playing. And there's boats going by and there's like videos online. But we got to play there like at late night. And I was like, this is such a vibe. Like it was, it's incredible. Like you don't even, that's what I mean. Like things happen for us that you don't even realize till you're there. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. We're here with Coach here and it looks great.
No, that's pretty crazy. Just to know also, like for a fact, like there's tons of people who are coming to that show for you guys. Like it's a thing, like people are coming, like a majority maybe like of people are coming there. Like your name is so big that it's to the point where it's a reference thing. Like if somebody's new to the, like they're, at least they heard it probably type thing. So that's kind of a crazy status to be, you know, to it's kind of a crazy position to be in.
Oh, I mean, I remember growing up just being like or just like in the space we were in for a long time. It's like once you're just like a household name, you know, where it's like, you know, like Despised Icon and Carnifex and Suicide Silence, Veiled by, like those are just, or Whitechapel. It's like you're a household name to the genre. You know, you've proven your longevity. You haven't, you know, given up or whatever. It's like to become a household name was just all we really wanted. You know, I think we just wanted to like be like, yep, like we're here, like, you know, Metallica, thrash metal. It's just like there's household names. So it's cool to be that. I mean, that's all I can really consider us at this moment. You know, we're a household name of the deathcore space. Obviously, we have gone to different lengths and boundaries of the genre. But at the root of it all, I mean, you know, some people will complain about the songs and be like, oh, that song would have been great if it just didn't have a breakdown. And I'm like, I've never said that in my life, but I'm just cut from a different, I'm so cut from a different cloth, you know. I'm like, I would never say a song would have been better without the breakdown. I would have been like, that song would have been great if there's a breakdown. Like I've never been on the other end. So that's our roots, you know. I grew up like Flow Face Down. You guys probably talk about them all the time, but like we still sit in the bus and watch Flow Face Down live in Albany or live at Clark VFW videos while we're drinking and hanging out at night. Like we go down those paths way too often. We love that shit.
And it's not like you just started making, you know, putting breakdowns in. I mean, you go back in freaking like 2010. Like you guys, some people don't know that. Like in their heads, you guys are just blew up and you started a couple of years ago. You were back. Not to say you know we're old, but yeah.
I mean, I'm coming up on 14 years in the band. You know, yeah. This next month it'll be 14 years that I joined Lorna Shore.
That's crazy.
And
yeah, it's nuts. Yeah.
I think too, like after
I've never said it out loud. It feels weird now.
That's what happens here, right? Big reality check. Oh my God, we're old.
But after that much time too, because look, there's plenty of bands that have, let's say, been around for 15 years, but they don't necessarily achieve higher heights, right? Or achieve the peak of their career 14 years down the line, 15 years down the line, right? So I'm just kind of like, I don't know for you, like it is, we are around like New Year's and stuff. Like, have you had the time to kind of reflect? Are you someone who kind of looks back on stuff like that? Like the past year you've had has like objectively been fucking insane with the new album and the crazy tours you guys have been doing and stuff?
I mean, yeah, it's tough because in the moment, everything's so quick. And I definitely have like tried so much. I think there was like definitely a good bit of time when we first started, like post COVID, when Will joined the band. Like we were doing so much so quickly. I mean, he joined the band. Well, we worked on the EP, put out the EP, and then it was like, hey, things are starting to open up. You know, let's book a couple shows. Like it seems like we can get away with it. And people were starving for a show, so we sold out our first 3 shows ever. You know, and then from that moment, it was like, cool, go on a little tour because you can go to the South and like, you know, play down there. And then we just like did a record. We did Pain Remains like as soon as that was done. And then we just like went to Europe, and we just like, so there was such a big period of time I feel like where there I wasn't thinking about what was really happening because it was just all happening so fast. And then I could say, like, honestly, that Gojira tour, because the band went on that Parkway Drive tour without me. I'm sure Moke talked about it on here, but that was
we got to talk about it from your perspective too, but for what it's worth. But yeah.
Oh, I got things to say about Moke on that one. But no, he like that probably would have been a moment where I probably stepped back and been like, holy shit. But I had to kind of wait for it. I think Gojira, I remember we played that first show in an arena, and we did like the everyone lift up your phones sort of deal. And like, you're the opening band. Like, who are you to do that? You know, like yeah, everyone lift up your phone, and the whole place lit up. And I remember just like crying my eyes out, I'll be like, wow, I didn't know this many people were here to support us and knew who we were. So that was the, I remember me and Moke was like, I was like, dude, yeah, we were both just like washing away our tears. And when we got off stage, I was like, yeah, that was crazy. Like that felt like, I can't even explain it. Like that, a moment like that hasn't happened in a while. But yeah, it's tough. Like as far as this year though goes, I mean, yeah, the tour we just did was incredible. I mean, yeah, like playing those venues and stuff like that. I mean, there's always so much to worry about. Like, is the show going right? The stupid stuff gets in the way of the reflection. But when you look back and you're trying to make your end of the year post, I mean, even like where the personal life is gone, you know, like between like me getting engaged this year and
congrats,
you know,
by
just
the way.
Congrats.
Thank you. And just like life is just blossoming into things that I never knew was possible when I started playing drums. You know, drums got me everything in life. Like blast beats have given me everything. So.
And it's when you look back, right? Like, I mean, I made a big video about you guys and like your entire story and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it was very good. It was good. It was the best one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry for the terrible English the whole time, but that's kind of what I do. But it's crazy to see the journey too, right? Like most bands, if I can say, is just surviving just switching vocalists once is a big, like, it's difficult, very difficult for a band to just like recover, and just like most of the time it's a big deal, right? You guys did that twice. It's crazy, like, and you're bigger than ever. So just that alone, the touring, I was watching like old interviews for the video. It was cool that you called out that Knock Loose would be big someday or something. Like you said that in an interview like a while back. It was before they blew up. I think I put it in my video. But to see the whole journey, like the venues, right? It was like small, it was cool in a way, but like the small venues with like super close to the crowd, and to look at where you are, I think it's with perspective and it's even crazier. It goes to show like it's not like a gift like that. Like you guys worked like crazy for it. Like it's a big part of your life.
I feel like timing has everything to do with what we did, and not that we were even like geniuses about timing, but it just all worked out at the right time. Thankfully, like it's a blessing. I can't explain it any other way. If someone asked me, how do you become this, successful, or how do you get your name? I have no idea. I just like, it just happened genuinely for us. Like, especially with like, even when we lost Tom and, we brought in the next guy, like we just really know how to debut a vocalist, because even that track did very well for us, because I was we just gotta write something. Like, you're gonna debut a new vocalist, you gotta have something stupid for them. Like, you want to prove that they're better than the last guy. So I remember when we got Will, and we like didn't have any material, and people in the label and the management were like, oh, why don't you go re-record the old record with Will on vocals and we'll announce him. And I'm like, that's such a terrible way, because all they're going to do is they have a direct comparison. He's going to get eaten alive no matter what it is.
Scenario. Lose. Oh yeah.
So then it was like, oh, what if you did a couple songs? It's like, no, like, let's just go write 3 songs. Like, who cares? So I think that was like the best decision we could have made, because then, no one knew, not people knew Will, and especially I think in our area, people knew Will like to be very good. I mean, that's why we reached out to him. Like,
A Darkened Gospel is still one of my favorite deathcore songs ever made, for what it's worth.
He's a crazy person. Like, he's just like, there's no other way to explain the guy. He's nuts. So like, when we were like, man, who can we get? Who's this and that? And like, people were trying out. I'm like, man, like, I remember touring with Awakened Providence 6 years ago, and that dude was nuts. I wonder if he's still that good, and he was even better, you know. So like, he's just it was a blessing. He kind of just, it was just an organic thought. Reach out to Will, see what he's doing, because he wasn't on the internet, he wasn't doing anything. He was in Monument of a Memory, sense. But that was like much more like metalcore driven, and I just didn't know how serious he was about that.
Yeah. It is curious you bring up like you know, how to debut a vocalist, and you know, these are kind of like moments where you have to make a splash, so to say, right? Because it is, I think, a story for you guys where you guys have had, like, a lot of bands have one song, and maybe one could argue to the hellfire is that for you guys, but objectively, I think you guys have had many viral moments in different scales, all the way back to Godmaker. Like,
yeah,
like,
oh, yeah.
Godmaker coming out, like, I remember the day that clip came out and seeing the buzz around that clip, because it got like a crazy amount of views for what was back then not like a crazy known band, and the clip fucking blew up like day one. And I remember refreshing it and just seeing like the numbers go up. I was like, this is so fucking cool. Like, this track rules. But it was like an anomaly for like the size of the band you guys were and for the scene at the time. So I don't know, all that to say, like, I think that's been like a thing. You guys have been able to put out these songs like that multiple times throughout the career.
Yeah, Beheading the Traitor, man. I mean, that was you know, we did what every other band did at that time. Like, you reach out to Beheading the Traitor, could you debut this track for us? You get a couple lyric videos made by Scott Rudd. Like, they're just that was the formula back then. Like,
but everyone did it, but not everyone had a hit, right?
No, and honestly, I feel like there was like a lot of talk about the Hell Chose Me comparison at that time, because they're like, oh, they're just want to be Carnifex. They're in a church, blah, 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 blah. But with people saying that, and somehow, I mean, you know, the way of the internet's different now. People aren't sending, someone must have sent Scotty and Lewis the video, because that's how we got our first tour. Because, you know, he was like, yeah, like, you know, our first tour was with Carnifex. My first like national big tour was with Carnifex, because I guarantee, because people were just comparing us to them so much. And then he was, you know, like, oh, I like these guys. I want to give these guys a chance. You know, let's put them on the tour. It was us. It was I Declare War, which, I mean, at the time, I couldn't be any happier. And here comes the Kraken, you know, Mexico deathcore. Like, it's shit's fucking, you know, like, I was like, we're in the circle now. So yeah, there's like, and again, there's like an art to it. Like, you know, I'm sure people have like, even like a Disembodied Tyrant argument or something where people are like, oh, this just sounds like Lorna Shore, but better. And, you know, all these buzzwords. And it's like, yeah, they are a great band. They have symphonic elements, but like, even people saying that, I could say from personal experience, like, I know the guys now. Dom is from New Jersey. Dom's whatever, like, grew up in Moke, like, but like, when it was just the dude, like, I'm blanking on his name.
Blake?
Blake. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, baby. She knows his name. But it got me to check out that band, and I was like, yo, this is fucking way better than us. Like, this is sick. So, you know, like,
it's like, I can't stop fucking hearing about this band because they keep comparing us. All right, let's check this shit out. Yeah.
No, and it's dope. So yeah, it's like, again, but yeah, going back to Godmaker and just like these viral moments and stuff like that. And, you know, the cat video, and then, you know, there was the Life of Fear cat video that even came out like way after the song, you know, and that came out when we weren't even playing the song anymore.
Yeah.
I'll play Bone Kingdom songs tomorrow.
People didn't know it was you guys, if anything, right? Because it was like, you know, no one remembers that EP or was listening back then. So it's like,
yeah, and it was on like Tosh.0. Like, at some point, like, he played it. Like, it's just like, yeah, I was like, oh. And at that time, I thought I was famous. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, we made it.
It's over. It's the peak.
We've reached the peak.
Yeah. I mean, with the Hellfire moment, sorry to cut you off, but like, I was just gonna say, like, the Hellfire moment was just, it just like happened. Like, we put out the song. Like, I knew people were gonna like think it's crazy, obviously, but I didn't think people were gonna think it was that crazy to where it was like reaching normal people on their phones. Because I wasn't on TikTok. I wasn't on like those apps, and then like it just like blew up on that app, you know, like everywhere. And then I remember calling the manager being like, oh, like, you know, does this help? You know, I'm only worried about one thing. I was like, does this help our streams? Like, what's going on here? Like, is this like counting for anything? And it's like, oh, well, we're not registered in TikTok sounds, and so it's not. And I'm like, well, you need to get it in there because there's like a million videos with it. So that kind of opened up the conversation of like the TikTok sound music, you know, heavy music reaching TikTok. And I wasn't on it before, so I don't know what bands were featured there. But now I find bands all the time, like through TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff like that, which I'm stoked about. I mean, I hear crazy shit all the time, like, and I'm just like, hell yeah, like slam bands that I would never hear, like amazing drummers, like, you know, I thought blast beats were a dying art. There's 14-year-olds destroying me right now all over the internet as we speak. So like people are nuts. And then you got like the young guns out now, like, you know, Tracheotomy and every other band. I mean, there's just too many good bands out right now. I love it. I love to see it. It reminds me of back in the day.
It's really cool. Like we have these, you know, that discussion quite often, but like who would have thought that in 2025, like deathcore would be as big as it is, and like kids starting bands, and even now like the MySpace deathcore sound is coming back, all that. So like nobody would have guessed that, right? Like back in 2009 that it would be like the thing all that time later. So it's kind of crazy.
Thank God. It's awesome.
God,
yeah, no, listen,
you see, breakdowns are cool. Breakdowns are cool, people.
They're the best. I would argue it's the best part of any song. What other part is anyone talk? It's my favorite. If a good breakdown, I don't care about the rest of the song.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Many top? Let's be honest. How many bands did we discover in like top breakdowns videos on YouTube back then?
All of them.
Yeah, the rest of the song did not matter, man. We were skipping forward to the end of the song every time.
I would do that in my car. I would have a CD. I would skip to the breakdown. I would like skip until I'm like, I think it's at 2 minutes, like in the car as I'm driving. I don't recommend that.
Dude,
but
I had like one of my first CDs in the car was the Gun Show. I had the one Gun Show CD, and I just remember being like the 808s were crushing. Like, I mean, dude, when we write music even now, like we'll be like, oh man, the song needs a breakdown, like, and we'll go listen to music, and we're like, you know, listen to what's out now, you know, what's going on, and I'm like, dude, just go look OG YouTube, go find a breakdown compilation, let's listen to it, and then we'll write it note for note. I'm like, it's not even as good. They just had it. Like you could copy a breakdown note for note, and it's still not going to be as good as what it was back in the day, just because it's a time and it's a place. Like every flow phase down breakdown, I'm like, you know, you put it in and you start like tracking it, and you're like putting the drums to it, and you're like, man, they just had it. Like, yeah, there's nothing I could do. We're not going to be able to recreate magic twice like that.
There's a specific, there's kind of a specific tone and maybe aura to it. It's really difficult to explain. But yeah, for the you know, and you probably talked about that like 50 billion times in interviews. But what I do want to say is, from memory, it happened quite fast. I started to see Will everywhere, like in videos about vocals and stuff. I feel like the moment that you guys blew up, everything happened at once. Is that just like a perspective thing, or it's like I feel like you were just from day to day everywhere, interviews, like, or is that just me?
No, I mean, honestly, because like I feel like from the inside, like my feed is my feed. Like, I don't know, like I was getting Lorna Shore stuff for sure, like, and seeing it, but like it wasn't really being like catered to me, maybe because I wasn't really searching. Because back in the day, I'm searching for nothing, you know, like there ain't nothing, no one talking about it. So it wasn't until I really started to like see what was going on and like look up stuff that I'm like, oh my God, there's like all these videos, all these reactions on YouTube. And then like, obviously people I knew were coming up to me and be like, dude, I just see your name everywhere. And I'm like, and then, but the moment it really started, it was like when we became like a coworker band. Like I would say like, oh dude, my coworker's into metal. And I told them that I went to school with the drummer Lorna Shore, and they freaked out. You know what I mean? Like when those things started to happen, you know, you got like people that I've known my whole life being like, yo, like my buddy, like said something about like Lorna Shore at work. Like I need to check out this band. And I was like, oh dude, I went to high school with the drummer. And it's like, then they freak out. So yeah, when you become like coworker metal, like that's the first step, you know? And then I think and I always said, it's like, man, I wish it was just cool to like our band. Cause like even if you're like not, I don't want to say not a good band, but if it becomes cool to like your band, then you've made it. That's all you need is just that like status. Like, yeah, no, I listen to Lorna Shore. Like, yeah, that shit's sick. So we did kind of become that for a little bit. Now we're on the other end of the hero arc. Now it's not cool to like Lorna Shore. So now we made it even further. Like,
Yep.
so
That's when you know.
yeah, no,
That's when you know.
Again, yeah, I mean, it did happen very fast, though. I mean, I can't lie. I mean, tours were happening, they sell it in an instant, and then we were just keep upgrading and changing venues. I think the UK tour that Moke went on first, that was like the first instance of like we booked a show in London. It was like 300 people. It sold out in like an hour. So they're like, all right, we'll put you in 500. And they're like, sold out in another 10 minutes. They're like, all right, let's up it to 800. And it was like, sold out again. And they're like, all right, let's put them at the Electric Ballroom. Like, we should be good. Sold out. And I was like, oh wow, like we can't figure out what the ceiling is yet, you know.
Yeah,
and we're still
right.
trying to figure that out. You know, we're still trying to figure that out. Like, it's not as like quick and dramatic as it once was, but I think
yeah, well, we're
like
talking huge fucking numbers, like, you know.
No, and again, 1,000 people for a Lorna Shore show, that's freaking crazy, you know. That's nuts.
How big is theater at MSG?
I think that was like in total it was like a 5,000 cap, like 5,500. Like,
that's insane, dude.
And again, it wasn't sold out, but I saw Meshuggah in that same venue with Cannibal Corpse, and I'm like, it didn't look any different than when I saw them play. You know, it looks packed. I mean, on numbers on the sheet, percentage of how much was sold is polarizing, I guess, because it was like, yeah, it was this percent, and I look out, I'm like, it looks packed in here. Like, maybe there's a couple seats up there, but like, whatever, you know, it felt good. Same with Montreal, like it was almost sold out, but like that place is massive. So like,
it's fucking
if
huge.
anything, and people are gonna spread out. They're just not
arena,
sardines. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, our next tour,
deathcore we're talking about here, you know,
in the Place Bell. Yeah, that great venue. I was so happy to go back there.
Just a quick second to talk about the sponsor of today's episode, Indie Merch Store. Of Sulphur have their brand new record Endless coming out on January 16th. To celebrate, the band has a ton of banger pre-order merch, from t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, dad hats, CDs, and limited vinyl. All of this over at indiemerchstore.com. You can also check out the band on tour with Orbit Culture across North America starting this February. Expire's upcoming record, Too Fast to Die, also has some killer merch for pre-order. We're talking tees, hoodies, wall flags, shower curtains, license plates, hats, and of course, vinyl and CDs. You can get yours over at indiemerchstore.com. You can also use code BRUTALITY at checkout for 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's code BRUTALITY at checkout for 10% off your entire order. A massive shout out to Indie Merch Store, as always, for sponsoring the show. And now, back to the episode.
Dude, like the moment you were talking about like coworkers knowing about it, like, that's your name is kind of a reference, because now friends that I have, like the moment I'm making videos about deathcore, and the moment I'm saying that, they're just like, oh, you should make a video about, look, I'm like, I did. I know the band, thank you. and you know, people are not even that much, you know, that were not maybe around during MySpace. They're just like, oh, are you going to see Lorna Shore? That's when, you know, like that's kind of a reference. It's like back in the days talking about Slipknot type thing, right? Like, it's just like, if I say Slipknot to like my parents, they were like, I heard that type thing. So like when you get to that level, it's like, oh shit, you know, like there's new people every time probably at your shows, like seeing maybe for the first time, discovering it. It's a cool thing. No,
it's cool, the name being around. I mean, I think this year, or was it this year? Did we go to Europe this summer? Or last year? Like, yeah, we went to Europe last summer.
Yeah, you guys did the Euro festivals last year, no? Am I crazy?
God, yeah, everything's such a blur, dude. It's crazy. But yeah, so last summer, last summer was the Euro Fest season, and I remember just like being in different circles, you know, and I noticed things were a little different. We were a little higher on the bill. We were on different stages than we used to be on, and And there were some familiar faces, obviously. Like, I'd see the Knock Loose Boys. We met up at Hellfest, and it was just like, yo, look at us, man. Like, it was such that I watched them, they watched us. Like, such a good time, like coming together as bands that have been pretty much doing the same amount of time. But then, like, yeah, like a lot of people were coming up and watching us from the bigger bands and from everywhere. Just like, oh, I finally get to see this. Like I've been wanting to see you guys for a long time, or oh, I've heard about you guys, and it was really cool to like, I'm still a fan. I'm a fan of music. So like if we see Marco Kubo, he was playing with Falling in Reverse. I'm like, dude, you got to come in the green room. We're about to pump. It's not safe to swim today. Like you got to like just be there for it. Like we listen to it every day. We listen to Common Man's Collapse every day before we go on stage. He's like, nah, you're lying. I'm like, no, every single day. I'm not kidding. Like that's the record that gets us excited to go on stage. So like, I still get giddy about people coming to check us out. Like it means a lot to be acknowledged. Like Corey Taylor was side stage watching us at some random festival. I think it was like Rock for People, one of those. But yeah, he was just right there. And then when they were on stage playing, like, someone got us a pass to go because Gojira's stage manager was their stage manager. He's like, yeah, you got to come up and watch them, so on the side. And it was like Corey was fully dressed with the dreadlocks, with the mask on, because we didn't get a chance to say anything to him because he left before we were done playing. But he just came over and was like, dude, you guys were so good tonight. That was awesome. Like, you guys need anything? You all good over here? All right, cool. Like, yeah. And then every time he came back to like get water or something, he would like talk to Will and I with like the dreadlocks and the mask on. I'm like, this is perfect. Like this is the coolest thing in the world. Like if I ever wanted to talk to this guy, it would be with the mask.
Him, like on stage and like fully kitted out talking to you like that is like different than talking in the green room. It must be like, I don't know. It's kind of fucking crazy.
It was way cooler. I mean, I could even remember like Dark Funeral, one of my favorite bands of all time. Not deathcore, black metal. We could claim them, maybe, but like they wouldn't be happy about it. Their fans wouldn't be happy about it. But Dark Funeral's got a lot of influence on us all, and they're fucking sick. But I remember we were playing Brutal Assault a couple of years ago, and like, we were tuned up, we were hanging out, we were watching Dark Funeral, we were drinking, and we go backstage and we're just yelling and screaming. Will's jumping on me, blah blah blah, and all of them come down in their battle suits, corpse painted out, and like I'm just like, yeah, Dark Funeral, fuck yeah. And then like their drummer came and was like, Austin, right? Like, yo, dude, nice to meet you. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, like this guy had armor on, and I'm like trying to be like, I don't want to like say something stupid. Let's just be nice and move on from this.
And your brain in those moments, right? You're just like, I'm always like how, you're trying to be normal and you're going to be as weird as you never been in your life, right? The moment you're thinking, I gotta be normal right now, it's gonna be the worst ever.
Oh, when I met Eloy Casagrande, like the Slipknot guy's like, I gotta introduce you to Eloy. I was like, you absolutely do not. Like I was wasted. I was wasted. Their buddy Sankus, he was like, I gotta introduce you to Eloy. Like, you met him yet? Oh, he'd love to meet you. I'm like, I don't even want him to know who I am. I don't want him to know my name. Like we're good. And then like 5 minutes later, I turn around and he's like, yo, Eloy, meet Austin. And I was like, fuck me. And he was the nicest person ever to me. And like, it was after they got done playing, I didn't want to take up his time. And the whole time I'm just like leaving and out for him to get out of the conversation. He's like, dude, how are you? I'm like, good, man. Nah, the show was great today. Like, it's safe travels tomorrow. And then he would just keep talking to me. He would keep asking me questions about drumming. Like, oh dude, like, how do you go so fast? Like, and I'm like, oh, dude, it's just a trick, man. It's no big deal. And then he would just keep talking to me because he's just such a nice, genuine dude. I'm like, at the end of it, my buddy's like, yeah, dude, that was awesome, right? I was like, I wish I didn't drink so much before I talked to him. But like, he was so nice, and just to feel his energy was very inspiring, to meet those people, and they know my name. Back to that. It's just like crazy for people to even know who Austin Archey is or who Lorna Shore is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was about to say, not to be too corny, because God knows I can be, but honestly, now you're that guy for a lot of people. That must be crazy for you as well. Like, now you're the person that when you meet fans or people, in their mind, they're like, please be normal and cool at the moment. Do you sometimes, does it just feel the same and it's just kind of an unreal thing, or is that kind of like, I'm just curious to know how it feels for
I
you
mean,
to be in that
it
position.
really depends on the day and like, you know, like what's going on. Like when we were just in Australia, like we'd be walking around because we were in the cities for a couple of days. And I remember I posted like a coffee shop that I went to because I just loved their coffee and I loved the bakery next door. So I was like, oh, best place in Melbourne. And then the next day I went and like I saw like one, you know, like a Sergeant Vale shirt guy walk past me and then a Kublai Khan shirt and then, you know, groups of people. And then I was like taking pictures and I remember I was on the phone with my mom while this was all going on. I was like taking pictures with a bunch of people in this one alleyway. Like it's literally down an alleyway. And I'm like, is this just like the alleyway where everyone is like metal? Like, I don't know. But then like one of the last people that came up was like, yeah, I saw you like tagged yourself here. So I figured I'd just like come over here and see you were here again. I was like, cause I think I posted like, we'll be here every day. This is the best coffee. You know what I mean? Like, but it was like nice to meet people in like that genuine sort of setting, like on the street and stuff. Or if I like, you know, I've always like put I don't know, like I like talking to people, you know, like people are always like, oh, like, I don't want to like, I can understand, like, you know, sometimes on tour, like you might have an obligation or have something to do, but like I'll always at least try to make some time. So I wish I can give more. You know what I mean? Like some people, like you meet, like you're just like, wow, like that was such a good conversation. Like, but you had something to go do. I've met like some young drummers and stuff with like their parents that pulled up to shows and waited outside. Like if I see a kid waiting outside, you know, for hours, like I've been in the green room in my shower and I laid down, I called my fiance. I did all these things. You know, it's 2 hours have gone by and there's still someone outside waiting to meet us. Like, I'm always going to go say something. So, you know, I just know that it's really hard to make my day and make myself happy sometimes on tour, you know, because we're away from home. So making someone else's day and just dedicating, whether it's 2 minutes, a hug, a handshake, whatever it might be, you never know what that's going to do for people, because it's done a lot for me, you know, in my life, meeting a lot of these great people that I've met, even meeting just like, I don't even know, back in the day, like people that I thought were rock stars, you know, like meeting like a Jorge from Adalia. I remember Jorge from Adalia was like a big one for me. So I loved Adalia. Like that was one of the most important bands to me. And I just went to a show. I had like some weed and I was like, yo, you want to go smoke in my car? Like, I'll show you my, show you my band. And I remember I showed him like, literally showed him Bone Kingdom in my car while we smoked a blunt together. And then like, I left that show feeling like, you know, the tallest man on earth. Cause like that guy and his music and his lyrics meant so much to me. So I just remember those times, you know, anytime things become jaded, you know, and don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's someone I've shoot off, someone that maybe I didn't hear. But if I'm aware, I'm always going to make the time because yeah, it's crazy. I mean, even like, Leo from Cycle Frame.
Yes, sir.
The boy.
You used to shoot his fucking playthrough videos and shit.
Yeah. I mean, he just hit me up and was like, yo, boss, like, because I was always liking his crazy E-drum videos and stuff. And I was like, yo, you're a beast. He's like, yeah, I want to do like a real drum video. And I'm by no means anyone that is like a professional videographer, but he was the first one to be like, you know, I'll pay you to come over here. And it wasn't a lot. Like, you know, I was like, yeah, like $200 so I can get to the city and back and get some lunch. You know, nowadays that's all $200 gets you. But he, you know, we had such a good day together, just like filming drum stuff. And like, I could tell he took it really seriously. And I remember I just got a Psycho Frame hat from him because he was on tour. I was like, oh, you know, grabbing one of those camo Psycho Frame hats. And he's, put like a note in it. And it was like one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. He was like, wouldn't be here without you. Like, you know, you've helped me so much in my career, like, and all these beautiful things. And I'm like, you don't realize what the down the line, what that could do. Cause I remember when Psycho Frame needed a drummer, Hunter reached out and was like, how's this dude Leo? I'm like, he's an absolute animal. Like, yeah. And so,
and he was right.
And he's making me look real good on that suggestion. Cause that kid is insane. Like, I love Leo. He's one of the funniest guys. So yeah, like, you can't be the only one winning. I want everyone to win. And I think also what last year was really, and just these times we're in right now where we're even talking, it's like as much as me doing well is good, seeing everyone do what they love and doing well is way more important. You know what I mean?
That's a discussion we have a lot, by the way. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that specifically, I think when it comes to Lorna Shore. And look, I feel like all we're doing is glazing right now, but so apologies.
I'll tell you, it's sweat everywhere. I'm already looking a little glazed. I gotta lower the light a little bit.
But for real, like the success of Lorna Shore really kind of helped shape, we were talking about what the fuck is, why the fuck is deathcore big in 2025 and why are all these things happening? And it's kind of insane. We would have never thought that deathcore would have come back in such a massive way. And we always specifically talk about the like MySpace inspired, like those kind of bands that sound so fucking different from Lorna Shore. But we have this conversation a lot that like without Lorna Shore, I don't think there would be a MySpace revival scene right now, right? Because MySpace just wouldn't have come back in that way, period, for that, for it to allow that.
And I talk about it too, because like number one, I'm like the biggest fan and advocate for this movement and scene and people and kids and even if you're older and you want to come back, if you want to play deathcore and you're 50, let's go, let's rock. Any age, welcome. But I always say like I always think about it where I'm like, people people shit on us, be like, they're not deathcore. But because we've like kind of rattled the boat a little bit of like what deathcore could be, I don't know if this is just like a universal or a conscious thing that has been done, but I feel like because we've been labeled deathcore for so long, and I wouldn't even call us deathcore anymore. We have deathcore roots, but we are a metal band. We are an extreme metal band at this rate. But because people were labeling us deathcore so much, and then that's not real deathcore, this is real deathcore discussion came up, then people would have started to tune into what real deathcore was, and now we have all these great bands. So I'm happy. Listen, I'm good. But if we were the martyr on the sword for the MySpace deathcore revival because people wanted real deathcore, guess what? So did I. Like, I got what I wanted in the end. Like,
it's not like solely Lorna. Like, I think the influence that Lorna has had on the scene in general has just made it such that like a lot of that, the symphonic wave and that whole kind, like that ushered like a new kind of wave of style of bands, and that became like the popular thing, right? So it's not necessarily like a stab at Lorna Shore per se. It's just like, hey, listen, this is the state of deathcore right now, and some people are maybe trying to do something different with it, but that's always going to happen, right? Like the pendulum's always going to swing. But I just think if the wave that you guys have ushered in didn't exist, I don't think there would be the MySpace deathcore thing.
Hey, listen, I won in the end. I got what I wanted.
There we go. We got more breakdowns.
I got my cake and I ate it because we got tons of breakdowns. We got great shit coming out. Like I'm in a very good place in life with everything going on. And again, like where our sound evolves, I mean, who knows? I mean, we could get sick of whatever and just write heavy stuff one day and just be sick of it. Like, who knows? Like the only thing I have to contribute is breakdowns. Like anytime it's like, yo, like song ideas, who's got something? I'm like, I got like, when we go to the studio, it's my job. They're like, you're on breakdown duty. We call it, you're on breakdown duty. And I have a breakdown bank and I send them my Dropbox.
Doesn't Mo kind of have that duty as well?
He does. But you know what? That guy gets so carried away. Like, it's not even funny. No, that guy, don't even get me started. Because that dude, I'll be like, yo, Moke, I'm really having trouble right now. like, you know, maybe come up with a couple breakdowns. Like, you sit in that corner, I sit in this corner. We'll each just be on breakdown duty. We'll have the section of the song before and after, and then there's just an empty space. And I'm like, we need something that goes in and out of this. And then the next thing I know, this guy's got this like Beneath the Massacre, Tony Danza, like freak mathcore, like, oh yeah, like oscillated, like it's always too smart. I'm like, Moke, you are so wildly autistic, dude. You could have just write me a last 10 seconds of life breakdown. Like I asked for a last 10 seconds of life breakdown. Like that's what I want. I wanted OG, you know, that, or like Black Tongue. I want a Black Tongue style breakdown, or like, you know, and you know,
three notes and like a lot of silence.
And
4/4.
He doesn't give me that ever. No, he's always got to take it. And we just laugh. Like, he's like, could you do this? And it's like the craziest thing. He's like, yeah, I did this like crazy with the China, and like this is 3/4 and the kick's 5/4 and it all means something. I'm like, Moke, you are crazy, dude. Like, but no, he does. He's had some wins. He's had some wins recently. And again, he's newer to the band. He's trying to learn the style, and I think it's evolving the more everyone has been with each other longer. I mean, Moke was a part of Pain Remains, but this last record, he was more a part of like everything. Like he kind of just came to the studio and was there for like the later written songs, but this one he was there from start to finish. And, you know, same with like, you know, Andrew's been with us since the EP. So yeah, I tell people all the time, like, it's like we're a new band in like our mindset because we're just new to each other still. So like, I do think the sound has the potential to progress even further because we just have, it's always been Adam and I, like only Adam and I for 8 or 9 of those years. So now that we have new people that come contribute, like Adam and I like the same things when it comes to music. He likes, you know, Faceless and Necrophagist and, you know, Zenith Passage and, you know, a lot of tech death bands, but then also he likes Flow Face Down and Bermuda and, you know, King Conquer and all these bands. So then when we come together, it's like we both like the same things, but now it's like Moke likes, I don't know, whatever the hell he likes. That's just sometimes it's barely unaudible music, you know, Crime Slug or whatever he wants to listen to. And then Andrew likes real music. I mean, Andrew likes like Winter Sun and beautifully composed music and things like that. And then Will kind of likes everything. You'd be surprised if like if you see Will react like when a song comes on to sometimes like we'll put on like Necrophagist Stab Wound or like, you know, that record and Will's like, you know, like he was like, dude, yeah, I remember I bought my first guitar, like, you know, like when I was like 14 and I wanted to learn 7 and I wanted to learn the, you know, and I'm like, Will, did. I mean, yeah, but I was like, Will, you like Necrophagist? He's like, oh yeah, I love Necrophagist. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? So it's like, we do all like the same things. It's just what we take from those songs.
The real question is, does he like Breaking Benjamin too?
Oh yeah. Loves it. 3 Days Grace. I remember we saw 3 Days Grace in Europe and he was out in the crowd and people were like trying to take pictures with him. And I was getting frustrated for him. I was like, because people were just surrounding him.
Man enjoy, yeah.
and then like, you know, people got to like, you know, film him watching 3 Days. And I'm like, I felt bad in that moment. I'm like, let this kid live, man. Like he's just enjoying himself in the summer air watching, you know, 3 Days Grace play the hits. Like, come on. Like this is like, that's why he wears a disguise. He wears a disguise sometimes because he has to.
Oh no, but it would be crazy to ignore how popular the dude. Like it's just like a fact. Like he's that.
He can't walk into a crowd at a metal show and just think that
cannot go like a random McDonald's and just like, you know what I mean. Like some people are gonna be like he's as cool as it can be, right? It's cool, but it comes with that a lot of people are not aware. Like I would never in my life, even if the person that I'm seeing, I would never in my life go with a phone and I would never like ever do that. But some people, you know, it's like the brain of like content, like, oh, I gotta film it. So it's kind of,
like when Will saw Sleep Token at Blue Ridge for the first time, there's like tons of videos of him like. And there's even that video. I didn't even know this was going on when it was happening. But like Knock Loose was playing Sick New World, and there's a video of like Will in the push pit, like push pitting to Knock Loose, and it's like Will Ray was watching. It's like I saw the video. I was like, Will, did you watch Knock Loose and Sick New World? I was like, oh yeah, they were awesome. I was like, yeah, the videos of you running around in a circle like a freaking moron, you know, because he wants to enjoy himself too. Like
he took a page out of Lil Uzi Vert's book, you know.
Oh yeah. That was a Worlds Collide moment. Yeah, Moke was there for that. Moke taught Lil Uzi how to mosh. That's why we got those clips.
There we go.
Moke was full blown crowd killing his whole squad that day. They were in the circle and Moke was just destroying the crowd and they were loving it. They were laughing. They're like, oh my god. So then that's why there's that video of Lil Uzi doing the spin kick because he saw Moke freaking spin kick his boys, you know what I mean? So they loved it. Moke was the only person at that. Like there was like 6 people at that show. Moke was one of them. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome, but it comes with like definitely. I always feel for these people. You know, you even like celebrities. Like sometimes I see a video and I have a lot of empathy in general, right? So you see like Justin Bieber just trying to chill and these people in their face, and I'm always like, if we could remove like one type of like behavior, I would probably like, what are you doing? You know, trying to make someone sometimes mad. I'm not saying it happens to Will, but some people are trying to catch moments and like purposefully just like being annoying. I'm like, That's the worst job. Like, who choose, like, who wants to do this? Like,
Listen, I don't know. Some people just love trolling. I remember I had a buddy. We went to a show at Starland in Sayreville, and he worked at he was like an intern at the machine shop. That's how I knew him. His name was Shooter because he looked like Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. And it's a Shooter. I haven't talked about Shooter in years, but it reminds me about Twitter. It was like early days. Like every time I die, I was playing with like Under Oath. Like it was a great show. It was Poison the Well, Under Oath. Every time I die, and I see him by the merch area, and I was like, "Yo, Shooter, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm on Twitter right now fighting with Jordan Buckley." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, well, because it was right.
In the same room.
It was right after he smacked that phone. Remember when there was like Jordan Buckley smacked the phone out of someone's hand and it like flew? So he was like, yeah, I'd love to see you smack my phone out of my hand, blah, blah. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm by the merch area. Like, come try it. And then he had like his security guard and Jordan Buckley, like, 'cause they had a security guard back then, like came by and he's just like, why are you doing this? He's like, oh, I just think it's funny. Like, they're my favorite. I was like, they're my favorite band. I was like,
that's ruined their day. Like, that's
like, the guys worked up backstage trying to fight you, and you're like, nah, they're my favorite band. I'm just joking with them. But I'm like, this guy's serious, like, seriously threatening you on Twitter. He's gonna come to the merch table with their security guard's name's Tiny, and he's not. He's massive. I remember seeing that guy back the other day. He's like an ex-wrestler, like giant dude. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be back there with Tiny. He's like, yeah, bring him. I was like, dude. So some people just, I don't know. I mean, obviously we're in the age of people love trolling and people love talking shit. And again, I see it all.
It's the attention, right? He probably wouldn't have gotten that dude's attention if it weren't for calling him out like that.
No,
so,
and I've gotten into it with people online. I've fallen victim to, you know, I'm bored, and then, you know, there was like a big one when the record came out, and it was like the Shawn Michaels like suck a dick thing. And it was like all Lorna Shore fans when they just do it, when they write the same song over and over again. And it like blew up a little bit. So I saw it and I was just like, you know, writing stuff on. I was like, thanks for the free publicity, you know? And then the guy like came back at me, and then all these other people hopped in, and then I'm just like on the tour bus, like literally just like bored. I'm just like going back and forth with these people. And then someone was like, don't be mad 'cause you write shitty music. And I'm like, tell it to my bank account, like whatever. Like, and then they're like, oh, that's real cool, man. Rubbing money in people's faces. Like, that's so mature. I'm like, dude,
if they would be mature in that moment. Like,
I'm like, no one's mature here. I was like, but like, I tried and not, 'cause they like it, you know, they really are looking for it. And then I looked at the guy who owned the page and did my thing, and I was like, you're in a deathcore band from the UK. I was like, if I was in another band, like, I don't make fun of people in other bands, but I'm like, you're in a band, like, whether you're good or not, or wherever's going on, like, that's just not the way to get in there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Not that you need my approval to get anywhere in life, but like, I don't know, like, just be a normal person.
The question is why?
It shows the character, right? It's more than just what band they're attacking.
That's kind of what I said. I don't know in which video. I don't think it was in your video, but I remember, I think it was a video about the vocalist, and Will was featured. It was like the top vocalist thing, and it was obviously Will, isn't it? And I think I said something to the effect like, you can hate if you want, you can like trash these people, but at the end of the day, they're just like cool dudes living their dreams. And as I'm saying that, it's just like one of you guys, I don't know, like if it was like a festival, it's like, it's crazy. Like you just see like Will and it's like a huge crowd. And I'm like, just remember, like you're bashing or you're saying like overrated or all these things, but these dudes are just living off their dreams. And whether you want to admit it or not, it's a cool thing. It's a good thing. Which is something I firmly believe. Like, you're hating on people who would probably be nice to you if you talk to them. So I'm like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, I know people are lonely. People project a lot online, and obviously we've probably all been there. I probably, you know, said something under my tongue or felt something a certain way about. But when it comes to people like putting themselves out there, yeah,
like some.
But no,
I'm not gonna out our boy here.
I mean, to be fair, at the top of my brain, it's just like in passing. I'm like, garbage. It's garbage guy. You know, I'm pretty like I like all music. I really do. Like I like the OG deathcore. I like freaking terrible rap. I like terrible slam, and by terrible I mean the best. Like, some people are talking me about it the other day. It's like I'm at the point with music where I don't even like a good band anymore. I like the bad bands. Like I like the bands that are so bad, sounds so bad that I'm like, this is amazing. You know, like we're past that as a society where it's like, oh, good band, like so thought out and it all makes sense. I don't care. I want to listen to Peeling Flesh. Like I want to listen to Snuffed on Sight. I want to listen to Get Me the Knife. Like I don't care. Like I don't care anymore.
Stupid, heavy, fun, freaking music.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's mindless music.
Fucking breakdowns, dude. Yeah,
It's mindless music.
Smacks.
Dude, slam is easy listening. Like you want to like just listen to like something and not care. Like, oh, I can't understand what he's saying. Do you really want to know what someone's saying all the time? Like, you know what I mean? Like when I go to the gym and I put on slam, I'm like, this is just in my ear. It's just the soundtrack of what's going on. But like, if I had to listen to like someone singing actual words for 2 hours, I wouldn't do it. Like, I don't care.
Same here. I mean, like I love Waking the Cadaver. Like just be honest. Like I don't.
New Jersey, come on, it's the best. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the best.
Good.
Yeah, Don Campman, that guy's the psychopath. I remember playing with them when they did like a comeback show in Texas, and we were just so hyped. And that dude was just so good that day, man. It was crazy. And my buddy was mixing them, and he was like, "Yeah, like I had to put a limiter on his vocal because it was so loud compared to everyone that day." And I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like when they put out those little dolls, I'm so upset with myself that I didn't order. I'm so upset with myself that I didn't order.
Too, dude.
It was like one of those things where I'd see
and everything.
I screwed the pooch on that one. Like I saw it come up all the time. I'd have it. I'd put it in my cart. I'm like, man, do I need that? Like I shouldn't be spending money right now. Like I shouldn't be spending $50 on a Don Campman freaking plush doll. But you know what? Like that was the devil talking.
Next time.
One of my regrets too. One of the biggest regrets in life is not buying the Don Campman plush doll when it was available. People were upset at me, like, because I keep talking about Waking, and they're like, "Oh, people just assume I bought it." I'm like, I didn't. People, are you serious? People were upset at me, not by. So my regret is just like it's in my face. On top of that,
listen, when I find 3 available, because they're gonna come up sometime. Someone's gonna say, I shouldn't have bought this. I need $50. We're gonna all have one before the end of our life. I promise.
I'm gonna hold you to that. If I ever see one laying around in the background of one of your videos or something, I'm gonna call you out.
Listen, we need the Ron Gilbert Bulls jersey, gloves, plush doll. Now that I wouldn't think twice about. No offense to Don Campman, but the Ron Gilbert.
That maybe if I need to get.
I would do any version of Affirm payments, whatever I got to do to get that. Because Ron Gilbert, man,
over a year, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would work. I would wash dishes for a while just to get it. If I
get a Ron Gilbert plush doll,
I'm ready. I would say it in an interview that's my goal, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah. So. I just thought about it now, but now someone better take that and run and go make them because you got 3 customers. Like I'll make them. Maybe I'll custom them. I don't care. Whatever we got to do.
Please.
If someone does it, the idea comes from you. You need 3 of them. And we'll send you our address.
We don't even need to make money off it. Give the money to the family. Like, we're good. I just want Ron Gilbert in my house.
It's an actual cool idea, though. Like, I mean, it's an actual cool thing that would actually work. Seriously.
Float face down, baby. The best there's ever been.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. And the influence they had too, not to get too much on that, but like I think people underestimate the influence they had. The entire wave, I keep saying it, but like the entire wave of like more beat down, like slower breakdowns and stuff, like the influence that Float Face Down had is like massive. Really, you can hear it.
Oh, and they had riffs. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing. Like they had riffs and shred and solos and. Like it was like funny because like a lot of bands were just heavy, but they were like very musical. Like they were like very, very talented dudes.
That's what set them apart from all the other kind of just straight beat down bands that came out from that era.
True. But then they had the heaviest breakdown you ever heard. Or like it's just the production on Exidium Verum was at the time, like I remember hearing that being like, oh my God. Like the clean guitar breakdown. I was like, what is that, dude? Scary shit.
And their shows too, you look at that old footage, like I would have genuinely, like I liked moshing, and at that time I might have died. Like if I did, like
Oh, it's fat guy mosh. It's we say we need a fat guy breakdown. Like I want like when the breakdown when the breakdown's done being jumpy and fun and everyone's jumping around, like you just wipe the floor clean with the fat guys because they only can mosh for maybe 5 seconds, maybe 10 tops, and it's got to be slow. It's got to be slow for them. You know, you can't be too fast because the big boys won't jump in. Yep, you need fat guy mosh.
Chant. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys ever hear Aborted Memory from Jersey?
No.
I don't think I did.
Oh, brother.
Aborted Memory.
Yeah?
I'm saying
Welcome to the party.
Please note that,
Welcome to the party, boys. Sorry
I'm
to tell you.
excited at the moment. I still get as excited when I've got like a new thing to look like.
Dude,
right now I'm excited.
And Aborted Memory is the band name.
Got some
Those
2005
crowds
stuff. Okay.
they have they just put up on like Spotify like every song. But Panzram, like dude, the drummer they called him the Mexicutioner. That was his name, Mexicutioner. The Mexican dude, like that was the first band I ever heard with triggers. Like we'd play a VFW hall and he had but they were like Beneath the Massacre, Ion Dissonance, Worship with like a Flow Face Down breakdown. Like if I'm not even kidding, it is one of the craziest bands you'll ever hear.
I am so hyped right now.
Scary people in that band, dude. Shedlock, Nick Shedlock.
Oh, okay. Some people did like Fit for an Autopsy and a Bassinate afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm about this, man.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get messages from you both after this, and just I wish, dude. It's one of the heaviest bands you'll ever hear. I promise. Yeah, like scared. Like you're gonna be like, how did this come out back then? How did this band not become the biggest of them all? But they would just play like Down the Shore. There's one video we watch it all the time. It's them playing Down the Shore because they were they were from around like the Jersey Shore area, so they would play like these like small like bar beach clubs and stuff down here a lot. But there's one video of them playing and like they like do the build up. They play the intro and then it becomes the build up to like the intro of the set. And you just see people destroying the whole room. And you just hear the person with the camera. They go, "Oh my God." And it's just this guy from my town, this guy who actually lived in my town, Larry Enat. We always talk about the Larry Enat mosh, dude. The guy just comes and just takes away like 30 people on the side, dude. It's the best video. I'm gonna find that video and send it to y'all, bro. So
I want to see that. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm stoked. I heard like 5 seconds and I'm like,
I'm seeing a ton of VFW and backyard show footage, so that's up our alley.
Yeah, Aborted
sure.
Memory that's one of the best. And again, is it deathcore? I mean, is Ion Dissonance or Beneath the Massacre deathcore?
Yeah, that's the
I don't know.
question.
I mean, it's the age-old question. Was it too smart? You know, it's smart deathcore. Let's say that. I'll say that.
I'll allow it.
It's high IQ deathcore because that shit was fucking like I love Ion Dissonance. That's one of my favorite bands.
It's a good name. IQ. That it would make a lot of people mad, obviously, but they're already mad. To be fair,
are you saying I'm dumb? Are you saying I'm dumb?
Yeah. Yeah. How dare you? Who are you? Like, just
what's your IQ? But like to be fair, like the Montreal, all Canadian bands were
on the tour bus doing IQ tests trying to prove something.
But like the Canadian singing was always like smarter, you know, like I don't know, like the Ion Dissonances, even like Structures, you know, that wasn't like deathcore, but they toured with deathcore bands, like they were on like some of those tours. Crazy. Yeah, like Structures, OG Structures was great, but Despised, I mean, it was low IQ, but it was also very like technical and like amazing. Like, you know, there's some smartness to that like Montreal area like that. I don't know what was in the water, but there's some great bands. Sure.
I don't know, but that water's changed. I'll tell you that much. But it was a time. It was a time.
It's crazy because when Peeling Flesh couldn't make it into the country, we were like, oh, we'll just hire, you know, we'll get a Montreal local. Like, and I was like in my mind, I'm like, I said it, and then I was like, what's out there,
dude?
I like in that space, you know, where I'm like, who can come out there and like swing on this opening slot? I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't know. You know,
I mean,
Are there any like I'm genuine? Do you know of any up and coming
like
guys?
you guys, it would have had to have been one of those OG bands.
Oh, we were asking Beneath them. Yeah, we were like, if Beneath's Massacre comes, they can take our slot. Like we're that last record is one of the best things to ever come out.
I think Adam actually wrote to me because I went to see Beneath, right? They played with Despise not too long ago. And I think he responded to my story and he's just like, best band ever. You're lucky. Something like that.
Yeah, dude. How was it? How were they?
Man, like my face the whole time. I just like, I didn't say anything. Like Dumb came back and he's like, dude, I didn't say anything. I was just like, the only thing I was just like, dude, like there's no words. It's just like,
oh, dude. Anthony Barone on drums, the freaking.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand how they play that too. I just want to say it. I keep saying it. I don't get it. How you can do that. But
yeah, right. Play it. I mean, and it's like you look at the guitarist, and he's like got a freaking bicep that's the size of my head, and he's just and it's like you'd see this guy in public and go, yeah, like normal dude. You know what I mean? Like normal dude. And he's
just like
gym dude.
yeah.
Gym bro, like, you know, has a good job, you know, just like goes home, like maybe likes fishing or something, and then he's just writing psychotic person music. Like I love it. I love that juxtaposition. Like that shit's so dope.
You've been writing for Barone for forever now. He's like an OG for you.
He's the best, dude. He's so good. I mean, like the bands he's been in, I mean, you know, he was in A Night in Texas for a long time. I mean, that's like when he joined that band, like that was like in my mind, like that's like a huge band. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you're like and I mean, the God Delusion is one of the greatest. I'd put it on my Mount Rushmore. I would.
Okay.
I think that shit is nuts, dude. That dude, whoever that vocalist, I don't know if was it Reese. Was Reese the vocalist? I always get the two
mixed up.
I think it was Reese, the guy, but he did. Dude, me and Moke always play that record, and he does a high. I think it's in Satan's Upheaval. He does a high over a breakdown where normally a person would just hit a mean low, and it's the scariest high scream you'll ever hear in your life. Just, dude, it gets me so hyped that every time I'm always like, man, like we gotta do something like this, like just like right when you think it's about to hit a beefy low, but you just can't replicate. You can't do it. Like there was some good bands. Australia's got a great scene, you know. Like I think, yeah, like Signal the Firing Squad, freaking
You're making him very happy at the moment. I like it too, but like what you just said, Australia, it's his like for Dumb, like it's his.
They had the best bands, man.
Oh, dude, that's why when we talk in Australia, when people are like, you know, Australia, you know, has it being here, I'm like, well, this is like a place where all my favorite bands that shaped Lorna Shore came from, like, you know, Adversary era, Violent as Murder. Like that's when I got into them. I didn't know them. I didn't get into it at Infinite Death. It was the Adversary, you know, era, like Laceration Penetration. Like that was on like a breakdown compilation, like, and you're just like, oh my God, what is this? Them, like Aversion's Crown, I still think is one of the most slept on bands. Like Overseer lyric video with the alien stuff, and like they just did so much good stuff that we still like. Oblivion was like, I mean, people wrote that like, oh, it sounds like an Aversion's Crown, but I'm like, yeah, like we were just sitting around going like, you know, we used to listen to Aversion's Crown all the time when we wrote music, and I'm like, dude, like they just had it down, dude.
This thing, man.
Hive Mind, bro. Come on. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, Colin Jeffs, dude, all those like that record was so good. And like when I got into Lorna Shore, like I don't think I was too like shaped or plagued, so to say, with like too much, because I wasn't like a deathcore kid. Like I liked the classics, like, and I saw Impending Doom live, so I liked them. Or I was more in the space of like Risecore. Like I grew up in a Risecore band, you know, Devil Wears Prada and all that shit, you know, like Warped Tour Risecore. Like,
happy.
Yeah, Dance Gavin Dance. Like I liked, you know, I even like, you know, the pop punk, you know, era stuff. There's like, you know, I was in a pop punk band like right before like sophomore year of high school, and then I joined Lorna senior year. So there wasn't much time between that, but you know, I liked For the Fallen Dreams. Like I was like big on For the Fallen Dreams. Yeah, like Changes is the greatest record, or what's the other band? white cover with the emblem. I'm blanking. They were like one of my favorite bands. I'd have to look it up.
White cover.
It Prevails. It Prevails. Rise Core. They were a good band. Melodic hardcore, I'd say, is like got my heart. Like no matter what I do in life, like I love melodic hardcore.
Beggars Burns Red, maybe stuff like that. I don't know.
ABR, like yeah, like anything with like a little bit of emotion to it. I think that's why like when we write some of these more emotional style songs, like I really do fuck with it. You know, I'm like, yeah, like that's my bag. But then when it came time for me to join Lorna Shore, like Adam gave me a CD and was like, if you want to be in this band, you have to learn to play like this. And it was just like, first track is Red Shore, then it's Necrophagist, then it's The Faceless, then it's Job for a Cowboy, then it's like all these bands, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I just like dissected it or whatever. But then I like found my own bands that like I was like, oh, like what's the new breed of this? Because these are all like older bands, and like so then I found like Aegeon. Like Aegeon was like a big, and Anthony Barone was in Aegeon, you know. So I found Aegeon. Around the same time I found A Virgin's Crown. Around the same time I found A Night in Texas. So I was really big on the newer breed.
Man.
Yeah, dude, the good stuff. It's the good stuff,
dude.
Dude, the horse
I've
vocals.
never saw. I think he's the happiest he's ever been on that podcast. I'm pretty sure. I've never seen that. I'm usually the expressive one. He's like running in his room like it's like the happiest I've seen him.
Dude, like you know the thing that reshapes your DNA, like when you hear it, like where's the song? The first song off Exponential Transcendence, The Inception.
Yeah. right with the guttural, yeah.
And then he does that like crazy vocal run over like nothing. It's like, oh, dude, it's like I've never heard anything like it. Still, I'm like, this is doom. Oh, dude, that King Conquer, like I found King Conquer, like you know, around that time. I think Mount Rushmore. I got 2 on right now. We'll get to 5 by the end, but it's gonna be King Conquer and A Night in Texas up there. Like I think King Conquer might be George Washington. Rightfully so. They do have George Washington on the cover, so rightfully so they will be.
There we go.
Yeah, a day late, $1 short. Like, come on, every day at the gym. And I really loved the America's Most Haunted, like growing up, and then I went, and then Empire's that record, with a day late, $1 short. I went back to that one recently because I was like, I remember these songs coming out and like I remember the singles, but I never really listened to like the whole thing up until maybe like 3 years ago. I was like, man,
it's dope. It's just as dope.
It's amazing.
It crashed kind of just because they imploded, like this because the band stopped existing. But
yeah, James
kind
is
of the only. Yeah.
James is the craziest vocalist that's ever existed.
Oh man,
like
still
like
top vocalist I've ever, ever.
Dude, it's scary too. Like you saw these swamp guys, dude. Just like, I remember seeing King Conquer. It was like a Eat Your Heart Out tour. It was Sworn In, King Conquer, Bermuda, and like one other band, but they played a little VFW. And I remember seeing them and like, Triggered Up in the small VFW, like sounds crushing. And James just like takes like a pile of fake money, puts it in the middle of the VFW cup, lights it on fire. He's screaming over the fire, burning fake money. And then like, he's just pushing everyone. And I'm like, this is the real deal. Like they were on top, dude. I love King Conquer. Chris Whited. Shout out Chris Whited, man. Thank God.
Chris, man.
Shout out Chris.
Thank God for him. I tell him all the time. Dude.
Still killing it.
Yeah, like in the modern age, like Body Snatcher, like obviously Kyle Medina is our deathcore spokesperson. You know, he's at the forefront. He's on the front lines, you know, making sure everyone knows what's good and what's not. But I love touring with them because like last time we were in Australia, like we were in Melbourne. We could have been walking around all day. We literally just sat in the green room with Kyle Shope, obviously from Flow Face Down. We're just listening to the Flow Face Down discography with him sitting there. He's just like, "Can you guys please stop?" And we're like, "No, dude." Like, and then we're going breakdown for like 4 hours, dude. Like Kyle's the best person to do that with, like genuinely.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no like I'm pretty sure I don't remember what we talked about, like Flow Face Down, King Conquer. Like there's nothing you cannot, like he's in love with all that, you know. We could do like a 20-hour show with him, and
you should do a 24-hour special. I would tune in. I sleep deprived.
Well,
24-hour special.
God knows I would.
No, but
I
look,
would.
the current idea is to have him come on to do a display of his merch.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That could take literally 24 hours. So there's something to do there. Maybe
ready.
we set up a charity thing or something.
Listen, if they could do a song with 666 vocalists, you could do a 24-hour thing with no one. And I'll tell you, listen. Here's my one bit of hate I'll put on here. No one asked for that. Some things nobody asked for, and it was 666 guest features on one song. No one asked for that. I'm sorry.
Look, you're saying what the people are saying, man. I respect it, man. I have the same opinion.
But what was crazy about that one, I remember Will was on it, and I'm like, when did you do this? He was like, I didn't do that. And like his feature like wasn't like something that was meant for that. He like recorded it for something else, and it was just like basically an ad lib thrown. No, I swear to God, he did not like sign off on that. Like it just came out, and he was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "You're on it." And he was like, "I didn't sign up for this."
Oh,
so he had no idea. No, he had no
That's
idea.
my favorite thing. He's featured without knowing. Oh, cool. I'm here. Yeah,
dude. I mean. And again, Will does, but it's not uncommon. Like Will will pop up on a song, and I'm like, "You did a song with Attack?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love that song. It's so sick." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what he does. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, he's been on a million features this year. He's done a lot.
Yeah, and I was giving my little 2 cents. I'm like, "Yeah, I like this one. That's your best one. I really like the one he did with Distant. That's one of my favorite ones he's done. The Brand remix I thought came out really good. The August Burns Red
the Swarm this year.
Signs one was nuts, and I remember when he went up to do the guest spot for it, they like played it just because they like learned it on the spot so they could play it with him, and it came out good like live. But I remember hearing it, and I'm like, that's a tough part. Like that's like really hard to pull off, you know. And it's and again like and it's funny because I hear our music and I think it's so simple, and then people come up to a guest vocal, and sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, we had Phil come up on the tour with Whitechapel because I mean Phil's the GOAT, you know.
Because why not?
But Phil, but he's such a nice guy, and like, you know, he's like, you know, like one of the sweetest people we've toured with. Like showed us a lot of love, showed us a lot of like, you know, respect, and talked to us like every day. And I, you know, tried to not fanboy in front of Phil because at this point now he's just like, you know, a great.
One of those moments you're in your head and you're like, please behave.
I'm like, wow, this is the guy I watched in a plaid shirt, you know, when I was 15, like play of Legions, and it was the scariest breakdown. Like I remember I was scared. See, that's the thing. Like as a kid, like when I'd go to like a big bill, like I think it was like a Thrash and Burn or something like that. You know, they would have like one or two like really heavy bands, and I remember it was like Acacia Strain and Whitechapel, and like After the Burial, Veil Maya, and all these bands. And I remember Whitechapel came on, and I was like genuinely terrified. Like, you know, I'm 15. I was like very intrigued, but I was like, whoa, like if anything, I was like, this might be like, I don't know how to listen to this kind of music yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when people are like, I don't like Meshuggah. It's like, you haven't listened to them the right way. You're not supposed to be there waiting for a breakdown. You're just like vibing with it. It's like, you have to like know how to listen to Meshuggah. You have to know how to listen to deathcore. And really, it's pretty simple. Just throw it on and have fun. I mean, it's a fun genre. You know, when people like hate and throw stuff around, I'm like it's not that serious. Like Lorna Shore, we present ourselves like kind of seriously, but like we are real people and we are kind of goofy. But I'm like, it's really not that serious. Like I don't know, we're just like having fun. It's
never that deep when it comes to music, especially metal. Let's be real. Like
it's just music, and metal especially. That's my favorite thing because I don't understand it. But in metal specifically, it's important for so many people that you only listen to that. Like you cannot listen to other things or it doesn't work. Like, and if you listen to metal, it needs to be their version of what they think metal is supposed to be, and it's this somehow. And I'm always like, yeah, but does it matter though? Like if you listen to like Blink right after, like who cares? Like just, you know, it's still there. You can listen to metal right after. It's specifically to metal. It's like this constant like, oh, this is real metal, this is not. Back in the days, I'm sure you remember, but like goofy projects like SMF is on Fire, Red, like tons of just like straight up
Yeah.
goofy, funny things, and it felt like just everybody wanted to have a blast, and more serious projects were cool, goofy projects were cool. It was great. Like, so not saying they didn't get hated on, but I feel like maybe it was a bit more open to that. Maybe we were just like younger, I don't know, but it
Yeah,
felt
like
that
even
way.
like original Attila, like music
mean-
was like a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like Rage, like when you're like a
Oh
15,
yeah.
16-year-old kid, like this is fun. Like, and again, like maybe it wasn't written for the older crowd, you know, like, but like
No, definitely
About
not.
That Life, like I had About That Life in my car when I was 17, riding around. Like it was a fun
I mean,
record. Amur is kind of like on both sides where it's like, it is really heavy. It is very, I don't know. Like Amir is one of my favorite bands. I will say,
oh yeah,
like
insane.
insane
Even
band.
later, I mean, Speaker of the Dead, like I talk about that
Oh,
quite a lot because, of course, I love the early. I mean, like the Respect issue was on repeat. Like Goodbye to the Gallows, I still love that album. But even later on, like Speaker of the Dead, I think it was awesome. It was sick.
there was Eternal Enemies. Dude, no way. Yo, let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Are you kidding me? We have to send this out. We have to get this done. This is incredible.
That's my favorite moment ever.
It's so
This
good.
is perfect. I've never seen something more perfect in my life.
I'm buying this like straight up right away. Like,
Dude, who's got a 3D printer? Who's got something? Yeah, I got you,
least.
man.
no, but can we just establish that now it needs to happen like 100%? Like now there's no turning back.
There's no turning back. It looks too good. I can't stop staring at it. I want to look at it every day.
This is going in. This is in my room. Like, there's no way it's not.
I'll take a life size version. You know, 6.5 feet tall, because that's I'll take a 6.5 foot tall Ron Gilbert.
The body pillow to sleep with.
Yo, that's so good.
Ron Gilbert body pillow.
It's too good, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I would be upset if it doesn't happen now, because now I've seen it, so I cannot. Like, this needs to happen.
It needs to happen.
Destroying it.
Listen, if nothing else good comes from this podcast, we at least need a Ron
least
It will
Gilbert.
be worth it.
This is all worth it.
It was worth it for that purpose. It was worth it.
This is where life and fate has taken us.
Yes, all of this, by the way, all Lorna, everything you went through, seriously, in your entire, it was for this. It was for that moment, so that this happened. Like, that's why we're.
Oh,
here.
dude, and it's so funny because I have some friends that were like in the scene that I was in a band with before Lorna, that played with Lorna. It was a group called Cabin Theory, but they lived in kind of near Ron. And when I exited that band and joined Lorna, like Ron would like go to their apartment because he lived close by, and like would always hang out. And they would like love Ron. Like he was always there, like smoking, hanging out. And then our one friend, Jared, who's like plays blues harmonica. His dad's like a blues brother, like the movie Blues Brothers. There's two guys. One of them is Jared's dad. Like he's like can play like rockabilly music like you've never heard before on a guitar. But him and Ron were like boys, dude. Like chopped it up about music all the time. So it's like it's nice to like, you know, people have had so many stories about Ron, and he's definitely a very intimidating, scary dude. But like anyone who like got to know him was like, yeah, that dude was like the real deal. He was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
One of my, and not to make this about me or anything, I just want to share that because it's like one of my favorite moments since I started my channel. I had quite a few beautiful moments, but that one, I made the float face down video, right? Like the video about there, which was amazing. The band collaborated with me. It was awesome. And I didn't notice the comment, but and not to get to, you know, sad or anything, but like his mom commented, I didn't see it. And it was like a beautiful comment about like the way it was pictured in the video. And like, I'm pretty sure I repeated like 50 times he was a legend or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was really tons of glazing, but that's kind of what I do. So I'm okay. But it was like one of my favorite moments ever, because you can like a band, but it's different when you can showcase the person, like just like
yeah. And honestly, you give back that love, because I mean, like you say, like glazing or whatever, however you want to put it, but like you just love what you love, and you're not scared to tell people you love it. So I respect it, because I say it all the time. Like if I like something, I say it. You know what I mean? I'm not like like a new band's dropping a song or like someone's dropping something. Like if I'm about it, like I don't look at how many followers I have or whatever. It's like I'll just be like, yo, this shit's dope. Like it doesn't. I'm already thinking it. If I want to like, and the band will be like, you know, or like a Reverent or like, you know, one of these like OG bands will be like, dude, thank you so much. Or like I remember there was a band from Indonesia, one of my favorite albums that came out last year, Anthropophagus Depravity.
Okay.
I'm trying to know that, but I'm not sure.
Anthropophagus Depravity. But dude, like these guys, like I remember me and Moke were on breakdown duty and we were like just going and we're like, dude, we got nothing, bro. Like we're tapped out, like we're shot, like we're never gonna write a good part ever again. And so we're like put on a slam compilation and this like band came on and we're like we were like just listening because it was, you know, heavy and we're like fatigued, and then they had a one part that came on. We were all like, oh my God. But yeah, it's like this band, like, oh, where's the camera? Yeah. Anthropophagus Depravity. Dude,
200
this
monthly listeners. God damn.
Dude, Demonic Paradise. This is one of the, I ordered a shirt immediately. I ordered a shirt and it was like, I'm buying a shirt right now. I was like, I'm buying a shirt right now. I watched like this like album cover was like an actual painting. I watched the guy do like a speed run painting this thing. And it's like one of the coolest album covers, one of the coolest bands. Posted about and ordered a shirt. I remember they were like, oh my God, like so happy. And I was like, dude, you guys are awesome. like I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is the best record. I'm not trolling. Like, this is the dopest shit I've ever. When we were out with Seg with Sugabon, we were like lifting weights outside. I was like, yo, you ever heard this band? They're like, nah, put it on. We're all just like, yo, what the fuck, dude? It's just straight Indonesian fucking death metal, dude. This shit is so good. 200 monthly listeners. Like, come on, dude. That's probably me and like my boys, everyone I've ever showed that band. Cause I'm like, come on, like
it's you after listening to it.
Come on, man. Like I want bands like that to be in a fucking arena.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, can you imagine like an arena with slam riff with like 4 notes in the big arena? I'm there, like
Peeling Flesh, baby. Peeling Flesh, played MSG. Let's go. Let's like, come on, man.
I mean, they're getting bigger and bigger. Let's be honest. Like it's crazy. Like the
I love
ascension
it,
of that
dude.
band.
I love it, man. Because I mean, I've known Soto since we used to come through OKC back in the day. Like all bands that he's ever been in, from Strangled and other bands. And Peeling Flesh played like early show with us, like as an opening band before it was like really taking off. And like always been a great dude. So it's like, yeah, like those are just like, yeah, like come on, like, you know, I got the Bugs Bunny shirt. Like
the
I
shirt
would be
is
like,
insane too. Just want to be honest, like it's a sick shirt.
It's the funniest
So
one,
dope,
dude. I just found this one in like my like bag for moving. I was like, oh, that doesn't deserve to be folded up. That's got to be in the house. But it's cool to see a band like that getting like real attention because they're the real deal. If anyone deserves it, it's them. They're the real deal. Like those dudes work so hard. They sound amazing. Joe's one of the craziest drummers I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that guy, and he doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean, like, no, I love a guy like that because I don't give a fuck. Like, I meet a lot of drummers that are very nerdy. No offense, you know what I mean. A lot of guys are like polished and listen to death metal their whole life, and they've been playing blast beats for a long time and everything. You know, they practice padded all day, and I have so much admiration for them. I really do. But like, I just grew up very different. Like, if anything, like me and Peeling are like very cut from the same cloth as far as just like, I really didn't care about drums for a long time. Like I was just like, you know, the weed dealer in high school, getting kicked out, doing this, doing that, like whatever. Like, and then Lorna Shore just fell in my lap, and that like kind of saved my future. But it was either that or probably be like a New Jersey union worker, like working at the, like wherever, landscaping or plumbing, you know what I mean? That's the fate of most people here. So I was just like, blast beats got me out the hood, man. Like they're good. Like, so I'm happy to see it for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool though. It must be awesome. Like, especially because you're like chill with all of that. It must be awesome for you to see like the moments you set up like with Leo and stuff like that, you know, to be like in that position must be surreal. Like earlier we talked about like Lorna as a whole and stuff, but as a drummer, it must be kind of a trip also, like to be kind of a reference, or like you commenting on people's drumming and it makes their day type thing? Like it's another
Oh, dude, yeah. I see a
crazy
good
thing.
drummer. I'm writing on it. I'm liking it. I'm messaging him. Like, I don't like, I don't know. Cause I feel like for a long time, like we didn't have that. Like I didn't like when I was learning blast beats, I didn't have any like way to post online. Like, you know, it's just such a beautiful time we live in where I can discover these dudes that are sitting in their house playing drums. And like, not for nothing, like most days, like, you know, for most people, you're just staring at these walls, just wondering what's outside of it. Like you're just, you know, doing it just for yourself. You know, there's no, and then now you can have a camera and you can post it online, which is beautiful. But you know, sometimes people just need to know that they're like doing something cool, you know, because if no one says anything, then you're going to get discouraged. And I want anyone doing art to be encouraged to keep doing it. Anyone in any creative space and anything they want to do, whether it's, you know, really anything that like gives them joy and like is their like authentic expression, whether it's music, art, I don't even care. Like if you're a home decorator, like shit's cool. Like, you know what I mean? I love it all. Like if you're just like got a thing that you like and you're so like honed in on, like this shit's cool. Like cooking, baking, like anything. Like, so I'm happy that, you know, on one coin, like, yeah, there's a lot out there and it's, you know, we're all fighting for, you know, attention online, and it gets to a certain spot where you might get like discouraged, but like it only takes one, honestly, it really takes one good genuine thought or comment to keep a person like going, I think, you know, like
100%.
Like you can just be doing whatever. People say, yo, great job, great thing. But then like you said, like Ron's family, like writing on the post like that, just that right there is like, you weren't looking for that. You weren't doing it for that, but that came in and you're like, oh, wow, what I'm doing is really important. You know what I mean? It is an important thing, honestly.
And I get emotional quite fast, if I'm honest with you. Like I'm the kind of person who's like, I'm watching like I could try watching like a Lion King. So comments like that, obviously, I'm like, oh my god, like it gets to me like real fast. But you're right. Like the comments you said, like let's say you're seeing a drummer, because we're talking about that example specifically, and you comment, even if that person would get like 50 hate comments in a row, it doesn't matter, because like that comment blew all of it in the water. It's really powerful, and it's not like, oh, that person is more important, but it does mean a lot when you're just like, oh, maybe it's just a little push, basically a big push. It's just like, maybe I'm doing something right if it's being approved right now by
of course
like that.
And then, you know, in the state of the world we live in now, even the hate is good. You know what I mean? It gets people are talking. You know what I mean? It's not as fueling. It's a bit more like I guess, you know, like I get like, I know one of my videos is doing good on my Instagram if a day or two after all the fun and the love comes in. Now it's just like, I'll get a comment today about a video 3 weeks ago and it's a bunch of hate, and I'm like, all right, cool. So it's getting out there. Like we've blown past my people. Now we're at the other people.
That's what I say all the time. My biggest clue for that is when I'm starting to get hate from the black metal community. I'm like, I made it.
Yeah.
I've reached these people.
We've made it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I quickly learned that I'm exactly everything they despise in general, which is okay, which is completely fine. I'm okay with that. I'm just trying. I mean, on my page it's just breakdowns and shit. Like I get it completely. But usually when I reach them, I'm like, oh shit. Great.
It takes a while. I mean, it's got to go through the whole internet cable into their, you know, into that basement, into that PC that hasn't, that gets fired up every 5 months, and then they're not on their iPhone. No. And
didn't heard of it.
I love black metal. Outside of deathcore, that's probably one of my other favorite genres, which again, they'd probably spit on me. It's fine. But you know, I've met Nurgle. We met Nurgle at a festival, and even people could. But even Nurgle from Behemoth, people will be like, "Nah, that's not a real black metal guy." Okay. Well,
yeah, no, they love to eat each other up alive too. It's not exclusive.
It's crazy. It's like, oh, Behemoth, nah, that's not real black. Oh, okay. I met Danny Phil. No, definitely not. Oh, Timo Borgir. Nah. Okay, so. You know, but that's the craziest community ever. And you know what? Never change. Love them. They're all nuts. Like, go for it. Like, but black metal is really cool too, just because it is such a, I don't know, it's just weird, you know, like it ain't deathcore weird, deathcore is fun. Like, let's be honest here. Deathcore is fun. Black metal,
Yeah.
they take themselves so seriously. And that's the
Oh,
only
yeah.
issue they're having. That's the only issue they're having. If they let that go a little bit, say, yeah, whatever. Burning churches, it's goofy, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
the face paint, the crab walk, yeah, kind of goofy, but it's chill.
and then once you reach the, real depths of it, where the ideologies, now we're like, all right, we're a couple steps away from some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like,
pump the brakes.
Like, some people gotta watch out before they put on certain shirt. Like, there's that classic like Dissection band with the purple cover. I don't know if you ever. It's like one of the most famous shirts you've probably seen. It's like a horse with the village, and it's purple. And it's the band Dissection.
Rings a bell, but I'm not.
If you saw the shirt, you'd be like, "Oh, I saw 10 guys with that shirt."
Okay.
But like, the singer of that band was nuts. Like, he's not around anymore. But like, it's like people wear that shirt and then they'd be like, "Yeah, it's a cool looking shirt." I'm like, "Boss, that's the class. That's the classic.
Okay.
Great shirt, great logo, great everything." But like, sometimes with black metal, you got to watch what shirt you're wearing. If you're not about the life.
It's very, at the very least, it's super interesting. Like that whole culture behind stuff like that. Like
exactly, it's a lore. It's weird.
They would love.
Specific.
They would hate to see that this T-shirt is being bootlegged on a on a print on demand bullshit T-shirt. Website.
That's how popular that shirt is. Like
you can get the female fit with the V-neck. Believe it or not.
honestly, let's get those in.
Okay, Austin, I'm telling you,
that's nasty work.
If I wear this, I'm dead. Like somebody kills me. I'm wearing this, dead. Like 2 days gone.
Oh, dude, we toured with. I remember earlier in my career, we toured with a black metal band called Sparked Crown from France. But the guitarist used to be in Mayhem, like some iteration of Mayhem. Okay. But I remember we had like our classic, picture of the woods, black and white shirt, Lorna Shore logo, whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, we talk about, we mention this all the time just because it's so funny. But like, he just like came up to the merch table like 3 weeks into the tour. It was like grabbing the shirt fabric on the table. And he's like, these Burzum shirt. And we're like, no. Like, it's just like a picture like we took like he's like, you should be careful. I was like, oh my God, dude. Like I took that picture in the wood. Like, it's not that hard to make birds. But he's like, I just remember it's just these shirts, these birds, shirts. I was like, oh my God, dude. I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers, bro. But like,
I love that you gotta be careful. It's my favorite thing.
He said, you have to be careful with these shirts. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm trying to sell the shirt. I'm trying to make $10. That's all I'm trying to do with the shirt. like I'm not trying to do anything else with the shirt.
It's dangerous ground. Like you were walking.
You cannot put a black and white forest on a shirt with your logo unless you want to get in trouble. So honestly, I'll be honest, we haven't done it since. He scared the shit out of us, that guy. He was like he was like an oracle, bro. He was like was old. The guy was old as shit. I mean, this guy was like this might have been the last tour he ever did. He was like 60.
I mean,
you lived the prophecy, maybe. I think you lived.
Dude, it was straight out of a movie. I don't even think the guy was on the tour. Like, I think he just appeared. He just turned into stone and climbed on a pillar after. And now he's a gargoyle on the outside of a venue. Like, genuinely,
still at the same venue.
I'm telling you, man. This Burzum shirt, you be careful. I remember that's ingrained in my brain. Him saying that to us, man.
Look,
wow.
I want to segue this because this is kind of semi-related, maybe.
Oh,
we're talking about some weird stuff. Can you talk to me about Get Floored and Brick? I was told to mention the ghosts.
Oh, the ghosts of Get Floored and Brick.
Mm.
Well, all right. So our old, actually, how I met Moke was he lived near Get Floored and Brick, New Jersey, but we used to have a practice space underneath the tile. It was a tile shop, and underneath, you literally anyone who from Brick, I'm like, yeah, Get Floored. They're like, yeah, I've passed by it my whole life. I'm like, yeah, we used to practice underneath it. They're like, where? But yeah, you'd park in the parking lot, you'd walk around back. There was a staircase down, and it was a full blown studio, sound, live room, like board room. Like, it was dope. Like, we got in there with my buddy Steven, which I'm sure he's the one who wrote this. There's no other person in the world that would know this other than Steven. So Congrats, Steven. You made it, boss. But we used to just go there. And honestly, we really didn't practice much there, if I'm going to be honest with you. Those were the party days of Lorna Shore. We would go there. We'd all meet up. We'd party till 5 a.m. and we'd go home. But the one night, like we were always told, like, yeah, it might be a little haunted. And like, you're in the live room or the tracking room where we hung out. And there was like the big plexiglass windows on each side. And then on the other side was just like we didn't have really access to that area, and it was just pitch black. So it was always a little creepy, but I mean, we dumbed it down to the pipes were old and you'd hear noises sometimes, but like we were just, partied up and wide eyed and just like up and just like scheming and doing whatever. Listen, I know we would literally do. We'd sit there, we'd listen to freaking Vulvadania Flesh Taylor. We'd watch Malevolence on the jet skis, on music videos. We'd just sit there and just bang music as loud as we can all night and just hang out in the studio monitors. But the one night, it was just Adam and I, 4 a.m. And then we like heard like a very loud noise and like we got so spooked. We just locked ourselves in that room and we just like shut the lights off and we like got low and we're like, yo, what was that, bro? Like, what's going on? What's out there? Blah, blah. And we stayed there for like 3 hours thinking there was a ghost. And then we did not open the door and we were just, yo, bro, oh man, yo, check over here. And then eventually we left. And then we told everybody the story. Oh, there's a ghost there. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, that was like and that same night though, it snowed. And I remember me and Adam went to go drop off the gear and we left the van door open because we were just like grabbing gear in and out. We left the van door open. We came out, there's 5 feet of snow. The whole inside of the van was just like, it was like on the driver's seat, just snow piled up. It was just snow everywhere. And at that point, I'm like, we don't have a thing. We're just like taking our hands, trying to get the snow out of the van. It was a mess. It was a complete mess. Yeah. And then I'm driving back home and like, it literally looked like Star Wars, when when they go into hyperspace, then the snow is like, when the snow is so heavy, it's just doing that in front of your eyes the whole time. It was like that at 7 a.m. going home. So yeah, not a good time.
That's a regular snow day in Canada for what it's worth. But you guys aren't that far out.
No, it was a scary time. We almost got one beer.
What about Jack's Garage? Can you tell me?
I know this guy. This is all Steven, that guy. He's the same guy, Steven. Jack's Garage now is the Seaside Social Club, but it's where it's really where me and Moke's friendship blossomed, with Steven involved because Steven lived down the block. But Steven was in a band called Adventure, and we shared our practice space with Adventure. Song of the Summer. I mean, great band, one of the best bands. And we would just help Steven like track vocals all night, and then we'd go to Jack's Garage and drink and hang out. And then he lived down the street in Seaside, but it was like the only like crappy Seaside bar that you could ever go to. Terrible, but Moke loved it, so we would hang out with Moke. When we first met Moke, he wasn't even 21 yet. So when he finally turned 21, we'd go to Jack's Garage with him. We met Moke when he was 20, and then it was his birthday coming up. I was like, thank God he could finally come out with us
to the Seaside bar.
Yeah, we don't go there. Yeah, I live closer. I used to live maybe an hour and a half from there. I live 30 minutes from there now, and I will never.
It's not happening.
No.
Okay, last little shout out here. What about PBC?
Oh, this guy. You know what, Steven, you're not getting this from me. So you know what? Next question. Screw you, Steven. We're not talking about the PBC. Go to hell, Steven. Steven is now if you're in the Memphis area, Steven's your mailman. So watch your mail. Because if it comes open, report him, because he just got a job at the USPS of Memphis. Because Jersey, we don't claim Steven anymore. He's gone. He's out. He's in Memphis.
He's out.
He's the mailman in Memphis, and you know what? His story here is done. Now he's got to start all over in Memphis. But we love Steven. Shout out Adventure. Good band.
Okay, then I'll replace it with one last little thing. Then you got I know this one will make you unhappy. You got a prison mic tattoo?
I do.
What?
I do. Yeah.
I need to hear more about this.
Listen, hold on. If I could show you without getting flagged.
I mean,
Let me see. Hold on. Which leg is it? It's this leg. All right, hold on. Let me see how I can do this. I think we got it. All right. How do we do this? I think I'm in the camera. Yep, there it is.
What? This is my favorite thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just The Office is like 90% of my life, maybe. So that's.
At some point, it was mine too, boss. Don't worry. I get it. And that's why I got it. I just woke up one day and I got that when I was like 18. Like, I've had most tattoos before I was like 20, but the prison mic, there was a guy who did like insane portraits, like, way too good, like very expensive artist. And he just like posted like, got an opening today. And he was all the way in Long Island, like 3 hours away. And I just like woke up that day. I think it was like, I was supposed to go to school. So I was up at like 7. I saw him post and I was like, yo, I'll come get the tattoo. And he's like, cool, let me know. And I just skipped school, drove there. And I was like, and he was like, yeah, I like had a bunch of people hit me up, but they were like wanting me to do the Joker or like, all the classic like color portrait people. And he's like, I've never done a prison mic, so I'm down. So Mike, who did this from Undead Ink in Long Island, he's like a real deal tattoo artist, but I had no business. Like, that's the only tattoo like that I have on me. Like, I don't have a portrait of anybody else. Like, I have my sister tattooed on my arm, but like it's black and white, but like color portrait. I don't know. And then we just watched The Office the whole time for like 4 hours and just got tattooed. So it was right. It felt good.
That's the best. That's the best. And that scene, I mean, come on, like the Dementors and just no, but and at the end when he breaks his voice and he's like, "You had a good life," like it's
Yes. Michael Scott is the worst of all of us, and it's one of my favorite.
Dude.
It's one of my favorite TV characters, hands down. I mean, don't get me wrong. That tattoo will probably be covered. I've always said, like, how do I turn this into something else? Like, it's wearing a bandana. Like, can we turn this into Snoop Dogg? Like, can I like turn this into like I've had this for like 10 years. Can I change? Because I'm at the point of tattoos where I'm just covering things up and doing everything.
More space. Yeah.
It's just been that time. So I'm like, what do we do with Prison Mike, man? Because that's my thing. I don't want to be Prison Mike guy anymore. When I was nobody, I was at least Prison Mike guy. But now
you had that.
I've always had that. He's always had my back. He's always been there for me.
Yeah, just be careful though. Don't do a forest with, you know what I mean? Like just
his black, his bosom shirt.
Yeah,
I wonder if he told that. I wonder if he messaged Kanye when he put out the merch. Hey, boss, you better be careful. His bosom shirt. Yeah.
That's the entire message. Just be careful. That's it. No, just be careful.
Be careful. We should make a Burzum shirt, but it just says "Be careful" instead of Burzum.
Please. Like, just for the odds of that person maybe seeing it, that would be.
We got a lot of $1 million ideas out of this podcast, I must say, man. We got about to be printing some money here.
The full face down thing, I'm genuinely going to be sad if it doesn't happen. Like that needs to be a thing.
Listen, and I don't even want one for free. I want to buy 10 and give them to people I know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is such a good idea. Take the shot. Like, when people are like, if I won the lottery, no one would know, but there would be signs.
Oh yeah, yes. Those are the kind of things. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the type of stuff you would see.
1,000%. 1,000%, for sure.
All right, let's round this out real quick. You were touting some Mount Rushmore. Let's flesh it out. What's the Mount Rushmore of deathcore records for you?
Big
All
one.
right, let's get this out of the way first because I'm a big ignorant. How many presidents are on Mount Rushmore?
I think it's 4. Am I crazy?
I think it's 4.
That would have been my guess.
It's George Washington. Let's see. I know you guys are not even
Canadian, so just to back us up here.
Let's see. I know it's Andrew Jack. I know Abe's up there.
4.
I think it's Abe. Hold on. I'm gonna get dragged for this. I'm gonna get dragged for nothing in this podcast except this right now.
Except
How many presidents?
You're lucky this is at the 2-hour mark, my man.
Are on Rushmore. Oh my God!
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and I don't know.
Some jerk.
Guy.
It is 4 confirmed.
Jerk.
So
Abraham.
I already got 2. I got 2, and I'm sticking by those 2. It's definitely a night in Texas, and it's King Conquer. King Conquer's George Washington, easily the most pivotal pivotal band in the deathcore scene. Oh man, I mean, I gotta put Whitechapel up there. I have to. Like, there's no argument. Influence, and honestly, even just nowadays, like, we could talk all day about that new record, but dudes never left. You know what I mean? They were always here. So I would do Whitechapel, Night in Texas, King Conquer, Float Face Down. Easy. That's Mount Rushmore. That's
Makes a lot of sense. And I need to ask though, biggest influence in terms of drums. I cannot believe I didn't ask that. I just want to know, like, the person that you're like, that's unreal, you know? I mean, there's many, right?
There's many, and I think I go through phases, but like early on, like when I first started the genre, like getting into blast beats itself, like when I was pretty like ignorant, I guess, to like what was going on, like the first like name to face like guy that I really connected with, it's honestly gotta be like John Rice, you know, like Job for a Cowboy. Like that was like, you know, cause and then again, like that's like more on a technical side, but like as far as like you just want blast beats, like, and fills and creativity, like John Rice is the GOAT, you know. Leo would say John Rice, baby. But like, you know, John Rice is the GOAT. I mean, and then, you know, going steps further, I mean, you know, you had guys like, like Andrew Baird from Fallujah, not even deathcore, but like Andrew Baird from Fallujah is still one of my like biggest inspirations on drumming. Like nothing can touch those early Fallujah records to me. Fallujah is such an important band for Lorna Shore. And then once I got into black metal stuff,
they always had that super dark kind of side to them. It was like even for tech death standards, they were like super gritty, kind of MySpace production-esque, but death metal and like dark. I don't know.
The end of Assemblage of Wolves is like the last song on Cerebral Hybrid, the Harvest Moon. The last song on that record, it's like one of the craziest breakdown parts ever. Like it's so crazy. Like I love that band. Like still listen to that band anytime we're doing a record. Like it puts me in that zone of like, he just has a way to like, when people like compliment my drumming, if it's like, you know, when I'm not blast beating, I'm really just like kind of following things and like playing around. It's like, that's just the Andrew Baird playbook. Like I'm just like he's just jonesing and hanging out, but like, you know, but yeah, I mean like Andrew Baird from Fallujah, John Rice. I mean, then you go into like Nils Dominator from Dark Funeral and Nick Barker from Cradle of Filth. And then, you know, the Executioner, Aborted Memory. Dude, like, if I'm being honest, like that was probably one of the first guys I saw where I was like, holy crap. Or, you know, it was a big one. And I'm kind of upset I haven't mentioned this band till now, which I don't know where they fall in the deathcore realm or space, but Legion from Ohio.
Oh,
Kevin.
Sure.
Like the OG Legion EP, like the one of those more down tempo, the 8-string deathcore when it started to get bouncy and like sick and like almost the Monsters era stuff. Like Kevin from Legion was like an early band I found where I was like, this dude's doing something different. Like that shit was sick. And yeah, there's probably like a lot of like nameless guys, like, you know, like, or even like Jaden from Aversion's Crown was like a huge influence. Like, you know, I don't know who wrote those parts for Aegeon. I know Anthony played a lot of them, but you know, there's like a lot of like unsung heroes. I feel like that of like, you know, and again, they're probably programmed drums, but like, you don't know that when you're starting out. You know what I mean? I just assumed I had to play that crazy. That's why people are like, oh, shit's so crazy. It's so fast. It's like, I just assumed this was what you had to do. I didn't know that was just like internet bands, you know? I thought these bands were playing, you know? So.
Yeah. I mean, most of these bands, you know, Infant Annihilator aside, were playing live shows anyways, right? So it's the electronic drums was always kind of just a means to an end ultimately. And most of these guys
honestly, and I've said it before, like the Infinite Annihilator, like sort of arc and stuff like that, like when we were coming up and then like Infinite Annihilator took over and like really had viral stuff going on. I remember when it was like time to sit down and like write stuff again. It was always the thought of like, they don't play live but they get a lot of attention. Why don't we just write really crazy things? And we actually do play live. So when people talk about like To the Hellfire breakdowns or like, and again, that wasn't like directly inspired from Infinite Annihilator. That was a spit take. Like that what you hear in To the Hellfire was just the demo. Like Will was supposed to insert a vocal break there and he was just going on the fly doing like patterns, over the track.
Yeah.
And he just did that into the breakdown. And then we wrote the whole song, everything was done. And then he was like, okay, cool. We need like a one liner in this break. And he was doing stuff. And then we were like, I don't know, like the producer, Josh, was like, kind of like that thing he did that just like, he's like, oh, that was just like a joke. Like that was just like a placeholder. And he was like, oh, like I'll do it better. Like Will was like, oh, if you want that, like I'll try it and I'll do it like more finesse and thought over. And then he like went to do it again. And it just like he was thinking about it too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like, it wasn't sounding organic. So we're like,
yeah.
and he's like, oh, I'll dub it. I'll do it 2 times. Like I'll at least dub, and still. So we're like, it's a single track up from the demo. And that's what that is. It's not anything that was like planned whatsoever.
In
That's
that
so
moment, little did you know at that moment, because like when people have success, they always think it's a mastermind. Like you guys were sitting down, okay, so that's gonna be the moment. Like this is what we would, when in theory it's just you guys doing your thing, and that happened. But it's crazy to think still.
It was just an outtake or like a placeholder and that one is the one there. So like,
You guys
I
are
would say
lucky
that's cool.
he wasn't like saying bullshit words or syllables, or some people will do numbers as placeholders and then you could, wouldn't have used that,
Nope.
No, he was just like kind of like showing us his like range, at the time he was new to the band. So he was just like doing weird stuff all the time, just like making sounds. So it just worked.
Yeah. Because
It did. That's for sure.
1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 would have hit a little bit different.
Or funny words sometimes, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just like, it makes no sense, but it worked. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, like with the Infinite Annihilator stuff, it's like, yeah, they like didn't play live, but they had shock value. Like I call that like shock value metal or like shock value deathcore, where it's like, oh my God. So that's something I don't know. I like it. Like I always say Lorna Shore, like when we're playing these festivals and stuff, like it's like an amusement park. You got the lazy river, you got the roller coaster everyone knows and loves. It's been there forever. It's a Six Flags, and then you got that new roller coaster that you're scared of, but you're like, oof, I gotta ride it at least once. Like I want to be that scary roller coaster at the I'm speaking in like the festivals that we do nowadays, like the Rock'em Rings and the Rock'em. Like I want to be that ride that people are like, wouldn't normally do something like that, but I'm here. I got to go check it out. And then you end up loving it. It's like it's the shock value of it. It's like, oh, it's got the biggest drop. It's scary.
It's the thing that people go in their car and they're like, listen to this type thing. Like you won't believe it. You know what I mean? Like kind of
I wanted to emotionally scar people, until they built up enough callous to where they end up like us, and we just try to find the next best thing, or the thing that was already the best, and we're just chasing a high. You know what I mean? So that's how you end up here. So we'll all be in the same talking circle in 20 years. Like, sir,
that's it.
There's no more deathcore. I hear it. Breakdowns don't exist anymore, boss. AI music took over. No, I remember a time. No, you're doing breakdown
songs
videos.
Are indeed better without the breakdown.
Sir, you're delusional. Put him back in his bed.
Okay, you could go back to bed now, Grandpa. You know that. Yeah.
They said they said they used to do a show about breakdowns and deathcore. Yeah, they put them in a straitjacket. They're not, they're lying. No one ever did that.
Breakdown was never.
You're just misremembering. It's the dementia doing the work.
Yeah, Mandela effect.
The thing.
Austin, thank you so much for this chat, man. This is fucking awesome, man.
You guys are awesome.
Flew by.
No, you guys are awesome. I'm stoked this happened at the time. And again, thank you to everyone who voted for me Deathcore Drummer of the Year. I won't forget y'all. Y'all are that's what I needed to start this year. So it's going to be a good year. And thank you guys for even putting me in the running for that. Really, I appreciate it all, and I appreciate everything you guys do and having me on. I'll do this 10 times over. Anytime you want to do the 24-hour special, you want to bring in guests, put me in. I'll take the midnight hour. We'll go.
We could do a black metal special too. That would shock a lot of people. But honestly, I was about to say we're going to be reinvited. That's 1,000% sure.
Yeah, please.
I didn't even scratch the surface of this massive list of things that we could have talked about here. So we're gonna, and you guys aren't done anytime soon. So we'll have to have you back on for sure, my man. This was a lot of fun.
Anytime. We're just wetting the whistle right now. We'll give them something good next time.
Our little entree.
Yes,
Just
sir.
remember to be careful, though. That's the only thing I want to just...
If there's nothing. Ron Gilbert, Plush dolls, and be careful. This is Burzum Church.
Yes.
This is Burzum Church.
All right, man. We'll let you get on with your night. Appreciate you. And
I appreciate you guys.
All right, my man.
Of course,
Thank
of course.
you, man.
Much
For
love,
real.
guys.
All right, peace out.
Thank you.
Be safe, boys.
If you made it to the end of this episode, thank you for watching. And hey, while you're here, hit that subscribe or follow button and a review. If you're watching or listening on a podcast platform, it would mean the world and it helps out more than you know. A big thank you as well to all of our supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch. New episodes every week, links to our Patreon, Discord, and socials in the description. We'll see you soon. We're out.